Welcome back to another episode of Neon Leon. How are all you vital idols? Bingo, bingo, bongo! Welcome back to another episode of Neon Leon. How are all you vital idols doing? Sorry, I got a little bit tongue-tied there because just spent the last hour jacking my jaw arguing about the fucking Superman for the last 30 minutes. BCL, how you doing? Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Like I say, yo, at Walmart, $8, man. Sonic. Hey, I'm not against shopping at Walmart, man. Look at that.
Dude, oh no. When it comes to shit like that, you got the like $6 to $8 graphic tees for the dads out there. Like I don't wear my Sonic gear, but it's tradition on Neon Leon to wear a tank top. So we're rocking the Vegeta, you know, the bad man. Man, it's been ages. How are you, bro?
I love it too. Like I'm currently have a let's call her girlfriend. We started dating. Remember when you did the top women stream?
I did.
Yeah, so that's first time she's like, who's this guy, Leon, Chris? So we're watching it. So I'm at Walmart and she's like, so I'm dating a guy who is going to see a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, shopping for a Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt. I'm like, yeah, accept it.
Guys, audience, viewers, commenters, thank you so much. Vital fucking idols. Here's the dealio. Here's what we're gonna do. Because it says Sonic 3 review in the title. We are gonna do the Sonic 3 review. However, we're gonna cover some new stuff first. We gotta wet your whistle. Oh, my boy pulling out the drinkage. I feel you. I got that vodka going myself. Yeah. Oh, and his Sonic cup. Look at that.
The cup was brand new, right? Look, the ear right there, the battery died. I'm like, you fucks. Because it lights up. So I gotta buy a new battery for this shit. Like, oh man, so it pops off right there.
Dude, I'm gonna go see it a second time. I'm gonna buy all the merch because I went to the Alamo and they weren't selling the merch. I was so upset. So I'm gonna go to like an AMC for the second viewing so I can buy the merch. But first of all, just want to say we're gonna say hello to the chat. We're gonna ingratiate all y'all. We're gonna talk about some news. We're gonna talk about Sonic 3. If this is your first time here, if you're new, there's already so many of you in here watching. Can't wait to see it. Here's the dealio. So you guys know, tier 1, the hundo, we extend the show by an hour. We keep it going. Oh, look, I got that same one. I got that same poster. It's so good.
Yep.
Tier 1, the hundo, we extend the stream. Go for another hour or so. Bring you guys who have donated on. Tier 2, you bring out Leona, which looks like we're already, on the way there. I see some folks gifting. And then the bonus tier is you can start bidding to keep or kick Leona. Maybe she never even comes out. Oh, you mixing. I see how you are. You mixing. You get a bellyache if you do that too often.
It's Coke Zero. Look, it's better for you.
That's true. Yeah, like Don Trump said, you never saw a skinny person drinking Diet Coke. I'm a Coke Zero fan. We got Dax, the best mod of the whole damn land. How you doing, my man with a friend? My man with a plan. Sammy 3-Pete, Sexy Vexy in the house. Oh, look at that. Marty Tiberius O'Donnell. He has changed his name. Alan Rabeal has changed his name. Emily's his mantling Delulu's girly. How you doing? Pog. We got Sketch in here. Dash Attack VTuber might stay up late for this. Hey, Sketch. How you doing? Dash Attack. Leonardo the Ghost Style, what is good, Vital Idols? Appreciate you. Of course, we got BCL. Then Emily came in with that member for 14 months. Girly, I think you were my longest running member. You were Classic Cage. I cannot express how much this means to me. Love you till the end of time. No, love you. Thank you so much, Emily. I cannot express how much that means to me. Devil Dragon in the house. Bishop's opening is here. Who else we got? Cinevere, how you doing, Cinevere? First time here, looking forward to the show.
Awesome.
Cinevere, you've been an absolute gem. I've enjoyed all the talks we've been having as of late. I am so happy to see you here. Let's see who else. Philip Morgan is in his house. Appreciate you, Philip Morgan. Cryptic Beats that add a little bit of color. It was looking awful fucking white up in here. So yeah, didn't see no black representation. So we need to jiggy with it and bring in some colored individuals. Little Miss Anonymous saying me, yowdy, y'all. How you doing, Little Miss Anonymous? Oh, girly, we appreciate you for showing up as well. Who else we got? We got Sons and Shadows coming in within 5 words of paradise. It's not just Sons and Shadows that did it. First of all, thank you so goddamn much. It truly means the absolute world to me. But it wasn't just you, because you know who else did this? You know who else pulled this shit? And Jake Martin. That puts us halfway to tier 1 already, and we 6 minutes in. Look at Jesus you guys Christ. Pulling that halfway shit. Now, BCL. I'm gonna need you to take them headphones off for a moment, because when we get them Words of Paradise gifties, here's what we do: is we headbang, or maybe we headbang with them on. I don't know, but we're gonna do a little bit of roundabout for these two. For the look at that. See, and there we go. Sonic can bang his head as well. Let's go.
Come on, ready? Good enough. I tried.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Thank you so much. You didn't need to, but both you did. It means the world to me. We're also going to get some clips out here real quick, because that's what you did. Since I did just get off a Badger stream, I feel like this one is particularly appropriate.
It's a party. The more the merrier. Isn't that?
Whoops.
It's a party. The more the merrier. Isn't that right, son?
My IV. And then this one is for you, Sons and Shadows. Truly appreciate it. Let's give you... Yeah, I'll give you the Alyssa Mercante cake.
Y'all can clip me all you want. I think Alyssa Mercante has a nice ass, but I guarantee you she doesn't shave her armpits. So I'm good.
Shave my armpits. Okay.
Do you really? Do you shave your armpits?
Yeah, why not? I mean, because it's hygienic. I tell myself that.
I used to, and I just started getting lazy. I shave other places, but not my armpits. See, look at that man. He's clean under there. You got a little bit of muscle definition going on too. You'll love to see
I guess at New Year's I'm gonna start hitting the gym up again.
Yeah, I feel you. I've been doing home workouts and I've been loving it, but yeah, I need to get myself a gym membership and actually start doing some lifting and not just like push-ups and crunches and planks and shit like that. My man.
Mm-hmm.
You are a true blue nerd. You are, first of all, we do things a little bit different on Neon Leon now. It's not just a news show, but I also sort of try and interview my guests, get to know them, especially for some of my audience that might not know like who you are at the time or anything like that. So, yeah, I got to ask, like, you and I, we stream together multiple times. Like you and I go a bit back when it comes to YouTube, meeting on Enzo's channel. But tell these people sort of how you got started, what got you into the YouTube game, how long you've been doing it. Just give us the quick rundown of who Chris, the Blue Collar Loser, is.
Just, real quick. Being people, I launched my channel on June 9th, so it's 69 is my anniversary every year. But Critical Drinker became my inspiration because you've been introduced to everybody besides Jeremy Johns. YouTube, it became who's critics anymore? Come on, critics. We grew up with Siskel and Ebert and even like Roper and stuff, and just no one takes critics seriously anymore. So Drinker started getting popular, and he became like I feel like the everyman, just a drunken Scottish guy, and he blew up. But like him, Jeremy Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, all these guys would say, listen, anybody, if you got a voice, man, make a channel. Fuck it. If you get 1 view, 10,000 views, be authentic. And, the moniker for Blue Collar Loser became like, as Leon knows, I have to be working for 3.5 hours. I'm working 2 jobs. And I just get, I love Leon. He knows this. We stream. Sometimes I put Sparkling Zero on my TV or something, or I'll stream Silent Hill 2. But like most Blue Collar,
your Wukong stream, dude. You went so hard on your Wukong stream because you said earlier, like, it doesn't matter if you're streaming to 1 person or 10,000. There was like 15, 20 people watching. Like same as we got relatively small numbers, but you were giving it your all as if you were the fucking like Beatles at Shea Stadium when doing your Wukong stream, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah, but and like the whole loser thing came from like I'll see like what was it? So it was I'll check Twitter and like whatever Moist Critical or something. This guy made like $80,000 in 2 days of streaming, and I'm like, tell me what blue collar worker. I don't know anybody who's a welder, plumber, fucking garbage man. I could be working at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know anybody working from 5 a.m. until 6 p.m. making 80 grand in a day, and it just became. I'm not like against streamers per se, but like Leon, I love you. I'm not here to make like $20,000 talking to you about fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. We're having fun, dude. And I have 2 sisters that are nurses, and my sister Jamie, she works fucking 78 hours a week. She's spending 17-hour days on her feet, and people are like, I put the grind in and I work hard playing Fortnite. Yeah.
I mean, I used to date a chick who was a she was a charge nurse. She was also Mexican, dude. Spicy Latinas, they a thing, but she was a charge nurse, and so like there'd be times like, yo, you want to go to dinner? I can't. I'm working from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. Oh, right, that sucks. I guess I'll text you throughout your shift to make sure you're not lonely. Like that's the this is my full time gig. I work IT 10-hour shifts. Like we do what we gotta do to get by. Maybe someday the dream pays off, but if not, we're having fun along the way, and that's what matters.
Oh, exactly. And like Enzo said this, our friend Enzo said that, if the day happened where Leon or Chris hit like 100,000 subs, I'm not said against, it's weird. Like I'm not against super chats, memberships, but like, I never feel like if I'm playing Sparkling Zero or Call of Duty, I don't deserve to make $1 million a year. I'm sorry. Like doctors should make it. I know guys who've been in Afghanistan with their fucking legs, their arms blown off. If they got paid $1 million a year, I'm happy with that. But I do feel like that's the blue collar people, man. It's 2024, dude. Fuck, the economy sucks, bro.
Dude, you're telling me I got a raise today. Let me tell you, I'm gonna give you a little bit of Leon lore insight for how my life went down today. I got a raise. You want to know how much that raise was?
25 cents an hour.
Pretty close, 44 cents an hour. So you know what? That adds up. It's just like 2%, but it adds up.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm right there with you, my friend. So what made you like obviously you're talking, you're inspired by the Critical Drinker, DA Cobra, all these individuals. Yeah. But what is it that like? Because I've watched your streams. You're like you love games. You're a lifelong nerd. But what is it that makes you turn on the camera, talk to an audience? What is it that drives you and is like, you know what, this is what I'm doing today. This is how I want to interact with my audience, and what keeps you going?
Just being authentic. That's why I say like I'm always promoting on my channel the Regal app, because while I'm in New York State, so we have Regal Unlimited, and some place got like Alamo Draft House, the close one, New York City, 2.5 hours. There's no AMC's around us. We have Regal, so I have like 4 different malls have Regal, and I promote the app because right now, like Leon, tickets in my area for one adult ticket is $18 fucking.
It cost me 17 and some change to see Sonic, and I went solo.
Exactly.
So I needed to see it opening day, so I bought the tickets, and it was 17 and some change.
Yeah. So having Regal Unlimited on my phone, it's $24 a month. So $24 a month for unlimited. So I can see 10 movies a day, and you're paying $24 a month. So like once you see a second film, it pays itself off. But I think that's what people.
And I'm going to be investing. So like, because I usually go to an Alamo Draft House, so I usually spend way more than just the ticket price. So I'm like, oh, let's order some food. Oh, let's order some drinks, bro. I was drinking scotch while watching Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
I seen Twitter.
But let me tell you, my bill came to like $63 fucking bucks. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But it's fine. It's cool. It's chill.
I definitely never wear a hoodie and stuff too. I'll take a hoodie and like put like a Pepsi Zero or something, fill the whole thing with whiskey and just underarm it like this. And hey guys,
when Deadpool Wolverine came out, that's what me and my homie Cookies did. It's like, all right, line the pockets with shooters. We'll order 1 drink each at the show, just to be kind to the establishment. Yep. And then after that drink is finished, just start pouring the shooters in the cups they already provided.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I would say, like, in terms of like the whole blue collar thing, yes, you and me, everybody. I mean, I have a kid. I know you're a dad, but like the average person bringing their 2 or 3 kids, come on, we know it, man. Go just tickets alone for a family of 4 is like $60 fucking, man. And on top of it, the kids want popcorn, you want soda, you want snacks and stuff.
You want Sonic the Hedgehog popcorn buckets with the head that opens up.
Said this shit wasn't free. This is my kids' college fund. Sorry, though. But
dude, college is this game anyway. Fuck your kid. He'll learn a trade.
Yeah, that's why
I've seen your kid's hair. Your kid's gonna be a fucking rock star.
It's like, well, he's like you. Like I said, I get the fro. Like yours and his, just like you guys got. I don't know. Can't do that.
To be fair, I straighten my mind. Like, if I don't straighten it, it gets all wavy and curly. I basically I didn't use, because if you look at some of my old videos and shit, I got like the straight up like old Led Zeppelin going on. And then one time I had just gotten back from a Comic-Con and my hair was straight because I needed it straight to put in a wig cap for my cosplay. I was like, oh, this looks really good straight. Let's just do this. And now all people want to talk about is my hair and my bird. They're like the channel branding. So.
Well, that's why I say like right now I've been telling you, look, Silent Hill 2. I don't hate the game, but like Gamefly, $10 a month, and for Silent Hill 2, the game is 12 to 14 hours. I'm not, as somebody who's got a real fucking job, dropping $70 for a game I can beat in a day. So that's why I would say Sparkling Zero for me is worth $70 because I already got 100 hours in Sparkling Zero.
Who's your main in Sparkling Zero?
What I've been doing is like the proficiency, because people get pissed online. Like I'll pick like a Great Ape Vegeta and one dude rage quits. You're a fucking pussy using a giant character. I'm like, well, you can't get proficiency 7 without using characters. So I maxed out Hercule, Chaozu, Yamcha.
You maxed out Hercule?
Yes.
You glutton for punishment?
Exactly. Dude, I got fucking 2 videos where I beat a Gogeta with Hercule. I'm like, kill yourself, dude. Like, how did Hercule beat your? If I beat your Gogeta with Hercule,
50 minutes in and we gotta kill yourself, base.
I've got so many fucking texts. You're a piece of shit for beating me. I'm like, I had Chaozu, Hercule, and fucking Videl, and I beat like a Gogeta and a Vegito, and I'm like, and they got pissed at me, and I'm like, well, get better, dude. But as I said, I just tell people like, our money is important to us, especially Christmas coming up. And like, yes, most people, I feel like as somebody who's working all day that has a kid, that if I'm gonna blow $70 in a game, it better be like Sparkling Zero or Black Myth Wukong. I'm not spending $60 on Resident Evil Nemesis, which you can beat in like 70 minutes.
No, not even Resident Evil 3 remake, because they cut Nemesis out the goddamn title because it's a terrible fucking remake. I hate that game.
Oh yeah,
that's a whole different diatribe. We will continue the interview portion of this in a moment, but first we got to bring up some news. We got to give the people what they want. So let's talk about the Superman stuff, because frankly I'm still riding that high from talking about it on my boy Badger's show, which for those of you that came over from Badger's show, truly appreciated. Thank you so much. But yes, the James Gunn Superman trailer. What did you think of it?
Like people, I did like at first I did like the whole air guitar and electric guitar, but then it did sound like Top Gun a little bit.
I liked it. I liked not Donner, John Williams guitar rendition.
It was first seeing Crypto, obviously CGI, but I did like, well, when have we ever seen Crypto? I mean, like a live action Crypto. So it was cool seeing Crypto. Also, I'm curious, like, what the hell was so powerful to beat Clark's ass like that, where he's coughing up blood. But it's overall, yeah. I mean, and people are shitting on Nicholas Hoult for looking like Agent 47.
I'm not shitting on him for that. I'm shitting on him for looking like an albino Battletoad.
Yeah, and of course, and too, as a comic book nerd, people it's like, well, they're shitting on Guy Gardner. Have you read the comics? Have you watched cartoons? It's like,
look, he looks comic accurate. Now in live action, it does not translate well. I'm gonna be honest, it does not translate well in live action, but it is comic accurate. And I mean, we know Nathan Fillion can play a fucking dickhead.
Oh yeah.
So,
but that's a problem. But isn't that the problem in geek culture? If you're not comic accurate, they bitch. When you're comic accurate, they bitch.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like nothing is. Look, when we finally got Wolverine in the suit in Deadpool Wolverine, people were like, why is he wearing long sleeves? Like, motherfucker. Yeah, see, there it is. You got the fucking like fit your dick in that thing, wheel of cheese style.
Dude, I wish if I had that. Like,
but no, people were bitching about the long sleeves. Like, yo, Hugh Jackman got a skin condition and they were filming in the desert. And when you get to the end of the movie, lo and behold, the sleeves came off. Yep. Yeah. I fanboy as much as anyone else. In fact, when we get to the Sonic 3 review, there is so many fanboy moments. But by the same token, you gotta change certain things for adaptations, change the medium, and like nerds are never happy. And I get that it comes from a place of fashion or place of passion. I'm one of those nerds who gets upset about little things. But there's got to be a line that you're willing to accept being crossed because it is better for the adaptation or the crew and cast involved and whatnot. So yeah.
No, like I think he's even watching Drinker's video. I think the term cautiously optimistic, like because we live in an atmosphere, both of us and people, I think that are sane, where the hate watching and hate bitching is becoming tired. I'm getting sick and tired. Like, remember, everything is fucking woke. Everything is like, Dragon Ball Daima is woke. I mean, for whatever, Sparkling Zero is fucking woke, and that term is getting overused. But also, just like loving everything, I want to have faith in James Gunn. Come on, he did make 3 pretty good Guardians films. Today, I watched all 4 episodes of Creatures Commandos.
I think he made 1 good Guardians film. He made he made 1 good Guardians film and 2 that are serviceable. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, all right.
To be fair, I'm not a James Gunn fan. I've never really been a James Gunn fan. And as a massive Superman fan, that's my big worry: is James Gunn going to? Because I'm not a huge James Gunn fan, I do worry about this adaptation of Superman, because Superman is my favorite DC superhero. Not my favorite character in DC, but my favorite superhero in DC. So
yeah, but I mean, it is weird. Like, people, and people were shitting on so much Zack Snyder. It's being too dark and dour, and you want to see like Tyler Hoechlin with Superman Lois just ended, hopeful, smiling, bright, and like James Gunn's supposed to be reinventing Superman, make him hopeful, bright. This is basically borderline Snyder right now.
See, I do. Okay, so what do you think of just the trailer itself on its own? What were your initial thoughts?
I mean, visual looks fantastic. The CGI and that big kaiju is kind of questionable. So I'm mixed on it. Like, yeah, damn shit. In the suit, like seeing Henry Cavill's suit to this suit, I'm not feeling the suit yet. I want to see it more. And again, I just watched Superman and Lois, and friggin' the way that show ended. Tyler Hoechling's suit in season 4 was fantastic, and this suit is questionable right now. I'm curious on it.
To be fair, the colors popping on the suit, I love how bright and vibrant it is. I really do.
Yeah. So I'm definitely mixed on. I mean, I try, like, being as balanced as possible. I see the yays and the nays. There's criticism, but there's also praise, because we are seeing with Twitter. Twitter, half the people we know, Leon, 10 guys love it, 10 guys hate it. It's hard. So I'm kind of in the middle with it now.
Well, James Gunn has a couple of quotes here. I want your thoughts on these quotes. So the first one, we do have a battered Superman in the beginning. That is our country. I believe in the goodness of human beings, and I believe that most people in this country, despite their ideological beliefs, their politics, are doing the best to get by and be good people. Despite what it may seem like to the other side, no matter what the other side might be, this movie is about that. It's about the basic kindness of human beings, and that it can be seen as uncool or under siege by some of the darker voices and some of the louder voices. What do you make from this quote?
Man, again, well, we know it. Truth, justice, and the American way. Now, according to DC, that's not, you can't even fucking say that no more. That is our country. Our country, come on, man. We don't want to get political, but like, fuck, I'm 43 years old, dude. I've never seen in my lifetime more like hatred and vitriol and more of a divided country in terms of fucking politics. Like nowadays, where it's like, said, love or hate the orange man, love or hate Biden, come on, whatever. The fact that if you put on your house or your fucking car a bumper sticker saying I support Trump or I support Biden, people feel the right to fucking put a fucking brick through your windshield. That's not cool. No, it's I believe you should have the fucking right to support who you want to support. But nowadays, boy, people getting divorced, bro. People are blocking their family members on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram over their political beliefs. So our country's very fucking divided, and Superman should be representation of a better country. He should be hopeful, and Superman, Superman should be above politics, because he's not, he's Superman. He's an alien, but he represents the globe, but he was raised in Kansas in Smallville.
He is a down home Western Midwestern boy.
I mean, Superman should be supporting blue collar workers. He's raised on a fucking farm. So, yeah, that's why, but Superman, Batman, none of these characters, they should never pick political sides because they should be above that. And, what James Gunn's saying, their politics, man, despite what it may seem like to the other side, no, because we live in a country now. You know what? Now I'm back to a quote unquote real job. I have to be very careful what I put in social media because I may get fucking fired based on my political beliefs, and or a joke that I may make. It's like, God forbid that, and I don't support that shit. I don't support people having a job for 15, 20 years, and because they make a tweet about Trump or Biden to get fired from their job, which has happened. That's some scary shit, man.
So when it comes to this particular sentiment, I feel like what Gunn is trying to say is that I don't care what your politics are. This is a Superman for America, whatever your version of America or vision of America is. I like the sentiment, but we'll see if that plays in the film. However, it's the second quote that's a bit stranger to me. I'm excited for people to get to see the essence of what we're doing because it really has been like this private secret that we've all been hoarding. We felt really good about it, like from a moral place, even from the beginning. We all felt like we were doing something good, both in terms of quality and in terms of actually something that's not fascistic power fantasy. I'm not saying about other superhero movies in general, but It felt good to be doing something that was about a person's kindness.
Okay. At its core, I mean, that's what Superman should represent, but it also fascist.
Yeah, the word choice to throw on fascistic in there definitely throws me off a spell. Like,
yeah, and it shows the signs of the times, because Captain America was literally created to fight Nazis, battle Nazis. But back in World War II, the term Nazi, it seems like that term has changed a lot in the past 5 years, hasn't it?
That is putting it mildly. Yes, yeah. The term Nazi has changed quite a bit. Let's be real. Yeah. To half the country, you and I as Nazis, and don't get me wrong, I do think that there is a hat to nose ratio, but I ain't saying to gas the motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah, that's why politics. It's what said. The fact is, Superman. Everyone knows moniker. Well, the original moniker was, faster than a locomotive, faster than speeding bullet, can leap tall buildings in a single bound. Was
more powerful than a locomotive,
and truth, justice, the American way. Now it's like the American way is too toxic and too anti-American. Superman was raised in America. Wait, what? Like the fact that like saying the American way is bad. Well, where's he from?
Well, it's funny because today I was watching some Sonic 3 reviews because I was like, I've already got my review written, so I'm not worried about being influenced by others. So I was watching other Sonic 3 reviews, and someone said that the Sonic Shadow dichotomy reminded them of Superman Red Sun. Like Shadow is the Red Sun version of Superman because Shadow had just been raised differently. He would have been like Sonic. I was like, damn, that parallel there is actually, I can see what they're going for.
Okay, I could buy that. Which when I was in prison, I did read Red Sun, which I thought was a fantastic comic.
Oh, I love Red Sun. I think Red Sun is great. I mean, it's a what if story. I don't ever want that to be my Superman, but as a what if story, I like Red Sun.
Yeah, well, that's why. See, remember, what if stories are fantastic. Not making Captain America Hydra canon. Jesus Christ!
I own that book because I'm retarded.
It may be worth something one day. You never know.
You know what? Maybe that'll be my kid's college fun if that book actually ever becomes something. Because
it's like,
I have Captain America #1 Hail Hydra. Fucking hell, man. So you've been a nerd your whole life. What was it that got you sort of into this sort of nerdosphere, as whether it be a child, young adult, whatever? What was it that got you into it? Like, how old were you? When did this sort of fandom sort of start for you?
I'll never forget. Dad brought me to a comic book shop, and my very first we bought. Remember the Marvel?
How old were you?
God damn, like I was 7, 8 years old. I forgot. It's like most kids in the 80s. I was born in 81. I grew up, Thundercats, Transformers, but Dragon Ball Z didn't hit us till I was a teenager. But Dad got me into my very first comic book, and I opened a package. My first character scene was this guy that was upside down with webs, and I'm like, who's this guy? His name is Spider-Man. I'm like, oh shit. And as soon as I seen Spider-Man, I'm like, I want to know more about this world. And Marvel was my first introduction to comic books. And eventually I would start reading DC later. But like most kids, when Keaton came out, Batman 89, then we started watching the Adam West reruns because it was already over by my time my generation came out, and started watching cartoons and just grew up and just like you as a gamer, I never forget we had Pole Position and the infamous
I played Pole Position. I remember Pole Position.
I had a copy of VT. No bullshit.
No, really?
I should have kept it too. Fuck, man.
Yeah, you should have.
I know. We had that, and of course, and everyone knows, NES, the days of Mario, but and we'll get into a Sonic, people tend to forget, we were so used to Mario Brothers and for the time period, the great graphics, but when Sega Genesis came out, man, Sonic was something so different, the vibrant colors and the rolling around as a ball, collecting coins, and he was such a different character than Mario.
Well, and I mean, that was the goal. They want, according to Mario is safe. They want a character with edge. They want a character with attitude. And it's pretty interesting because I'm like you. I started with Marvel and got into DC a little bit later. Spider-Man was my guy. Like to this day, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero because he just embodies they talk about the bingo bango bongo. Look at that. Like when I say bingo bango bongo, that's a Spider-Man line. I stole that from the fucking Spider-Man game from the 90s, and it just stuck with me. And it's one of those characters that I relate to. He was raised by his aunt and uncle. I was pretty much raised by my grandparents. He was the class clown. He was the geek. I was the class clown, the geek that makes the one-liners. Like that's that character that if Spider-Man was written the exact same way from the jump, but he was black, I would still identify with that character because at a core moral level, that's what I relate to.
Oh god, yeah, we all know that shit. The current Hollywood trend. Christ, man, I grew up with Darth Vader and Lando Calrissian, and eventually we get into like Predator, and all these other fucking films, and I mean eventually Teenager Blade. But yeah, like you said, when you're 5 to 10 years old, skin color means dick to you. Like if I would have turned over the card, I mean obviously Peter Parker's a fucking white kid, but like you said, Peter Parker could have been anything. I related to as a kid. I was reading comic books, going to school. I wasn't in middle school kind of like into sports or anything. I was just I was a geek reading comic books all fucking day. Eventually in high school I got into sports, but yeah, Peter Parker became so much like all of us. Peter Parker, it's like Superman around the globe, guys. You've seen kids from every like the iconic red cape and the fucking pose. I don't care if you're from
did you
America.
know I bring this up all the time. Did you know that the Superman S is the second most recognized symbol in the entire world behind the Christian cross?
I believe it. Yeah. People tend to forget that.
Now, to be fair, that study was done in 2013. Maybe things have changed. It's been 11 years. But as of 2013, yeah, that was the case. The Superman S was the second most recognized symbol in the whole world behind the Christian cross.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. No, it's like when Spawn came out, my favorite character back in the 90s was like Keith David voicing Spawn and shows like Gargoyles by Keith David, and just these characters. We had all kinds of black characters and with females, and just it's like people like Stanley said. Stanley was a fucking broke Jewish guy in the 60s. He wrote what was around him. He's in New York City. He started writing white characters because that was in the 60s. All the corporate guys were just all.
Homie wasn't exactly probably welcome in Harlem to write a lot of black characters. Just saying.
Like, yeah, I mean, right? Which
Harlem in the 60s very different than Harlem in 2024.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what people don't understand. What's like Tolkien, the current bullshit Lord of the Rings. Tolkien was living in, not whatever, fuck World War I days of like his area of England. People tend to forget Tolkien was born in Africa. He knows about black people, guys. He just wanted to write what he knew with his surroundings. It wasn't a racial thing. I mean, obviously, but people that said the problem Superman, the fact that it's a fucking 6'2", fucking blue-eyed, black-haired white dude, the entire planet knows who the guy is. And come on, as a father, like I said, if my kid was 8 years old and it was a burning building, I don't care if you're a white dude, black dude, Latino, you rescue my kid. Rescue my kid. Your skin color means dick to me. Superheroes should transcend these racial biases we currently have. It's disgusting, man.
So it's funny you brought both Spider-Man and the Predator because you accidentally segued into the next topic. Bro, Spider-Man versus Predator comic releasing in April of next year. Did you know this?
No, I did not.
I
bought the Wolverine versus Predator, which is fucking excellent.
This is the same vein. This sounds awesome. Let me read you this synopsis. First of all, look at it. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Oh yeah, we'll just do this. Bro, this cover art is sick.
And that's one thing I'm saying, dude. Like people, I bought some current comics. The whole was DC versus fucking Godzilla and Kong. You know what? Seeing Godzilla hit Superman with the fucking heat breath, it's awesome. I don't care if it's a what if stupid. We can't say all current Marvel and DC is woke bullshit. Go buy Wolverine versus Predator. It's fucking fantastic. I'm tired of like saying again, all comics are terrible, and no, they're not. There's a lot of shit, no doubt. But like seeing fucking Batman fight King Kong, come on, man. It's just have fun with it.
So here's the summary. In Predator versus Wolverine, readers saw a single predator stalk Earth's greatest prey, the killing machine Wolverine. In Predator versus Black Panther, the Yacha invaded Wakanda and nearly dethroned its king. This April, writer Benjamin Percy turns his twisted brain to Marvel's most beloved icon alongside superstar artist Marcelo Ferreira in Predator versus Spider-Man. Revealed last month, Predator vs. Spider-Man is the latest 4-issue epic pitting pop culture's bloodiest hunter against Marvel's superheroes. This series will debut a new Predator named Skinner, whose brutal ways guarantee this will be one of the most visceral battles in Spider-Man history.
Shit.
A heat wave sends New York City into a blackout, and Spider-Man on patrol as temperatures boil across the city beneath the grimy sewers and subways lurks a threat unlike anything Peter Parker has ever faced before. Introducing Skinner, a predator of no honor and no clan. Only a thirst for blood. Spider-Man is at the top of every writer's wish list. I am thrilled and grateful to get this opportunity, putting this beloved web slinger against the galaxy's greatest hunters in the urban wilderness in New York, Percy said. It's so much fun to live in Peter Parker's world and to put my own wild spin on his relationship with MJ, J. Jonah Jameson. Yes. Oh, hell yes. Craven. Marcelo Ferreira captures the visual dynamism. Dynamism, there we go, of Spidey so well, and we've had a lot of fun designing a predator that is unlike any other. This Yacha, who we're calling Skinner, has no code or clan. He's the perfect nightmarish foil to the big-hearted Peter Parker. Man, how's that sound to you?
Way you when you hear that, I have goosebumps the way you just read that shit. I'm gonna go buy this. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the thing: writers a lot of times nowadays seem to have an innate disdain for the fans and for the IP. So when he says Spider-Man is a playground every writer wants to be a part of, like, yes, there is reverence there. If you can keep that, if you can keep your politics and your ideologies out of it and just give us fucking Spider-Man versus a Predator, homie, I'm sold. I will buy this comic day one.
That's why I bought Predator vs. Wolverine. If you read Predator vs. Wolverine, there's no politics. It's just Predator fighting Wolverine and different ages of Wolverine. Like, as he fought him a couple hundred years ago and different predators. And that's what I said. Seeing Superman fight Godzilla, there's no politics. You can't have politics. It's Superman fighting Godzilla. They can try, but it doesn't work. So
I haven't read Superman. First of all, Cinevere. I've never done a comic review on the show, but frankly, this could be the first. I'm not even joking. This very well may be the first. I was thinking about that earlier today, and the fact that you were saying you want something like that, yeah, we might get that. But also, I haven't read the Justice League versus Godzilla, but what I did read was Godzilla versus the Power Rangers. And Godzilla versus Power Rangers was fucking awesome. Like, I loved it. I'm not amazed. Like, I like OG Power Rangers. I watched all the way up through probably Time Force was like season 10, Wild Force, something like that. And really liked it, but eventually grew out of it. But man, I'm a massive Godzilla fan. So
yeah, I mean, I wish I had more time. I do want to at one point do a review on Berserk, Keanu Reeves, because I bought my local comic shop. I bought 3 copies because it's only 12 issues. So I have 3 copies of issues 1 through 12, and Keanu Reeves is making a Berserk live action. I read the first 2 issues. It's fucking fantastic, and from Boom Studios or Bang Studios, and yeah, it's Keanu Reeves' comic book, man. I'm looking forward to reviewing it.
So Cryptic B says Berserk is amazing. Berserk, Cryptic, are you talking about the manga Berserk, which is amazing and everyone should read? Or did you read the Keanu Reeves book? Also, Gooch, the Gooch coming in with the 5 Words of Paradise gifties. Alrighty, you know what we gotta do? Whenever 5 gifties come in, not only do we headbang, but we give a clip. So let's go ahead. Let's do a little bit of headbanging first. Bingo, bango, bongo. You didn't need to, but you did. It means the absolute wild to me. But also because this came from Gooch, this is for you, my man.
Harder, Leon, harder.
Have you seen that clip before?
Yeah, but just it's one thing listening to YouTube versus headphones being on with you live. It's
man. What a gem. Look, I'm sure all of you guys that are subbed to me are subbed to Gooch, but on the off chance you ain't, go to Diabolical Souls and sub this man.
I told that douchebag, he's like, oh, Chris, I'm not. I was like, dude, you were going to hit 20,000 before Christmas. He goes, no, I'm not. I'm like, yes, you are, you asshole. And I knew he was going to fuck at 20K.
Yeah, the humble motherfucker.
You asshole.
Dude, look. Here's the dealio. Either Gooch is so humble that he's also retarded and doesn't realize how great his stuff is, or he's fucking lying and motherfucker knows that he was gonna get 20K. But you gotta pick one. Gooch, we love you. Thank you so much, my man. Also, Hayden is in the house. Hayden, my man with a plan. How you doing, you beautiful bastard?
Man, he hits 30K. He better get shirtless. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or hit 30K, do a 30K celebration, and then make a super chat drive to get shirtless. I want to see if Gooch can flex his pecs. That's this. Yeah, he's the Lamau. There we go.
Yeah, you know he can too.
Why the fuck you lying? Exactly, Daxie. It's the retarded part, Leon. I can believe that, my friend. I can believe that.
He's definitely retarded.
So blue collar. You're a family man, you're a father. How is that sort of you grow up in nerd culture, you're reading comic books, you're playing video games, you eventually move on, become an adult, get a job, pay taxes, have kids, and how is the fatherhood affected your outlook on nerd culture? Has it sort of changed the way you see things? Is there anything that you've introduced to your kids that was precious to you growing up? What is becoming a father changed nerd culture wise for you?
I'm probably a bad dad. I'm probably a bad dad in the sense that I'm more of a friend than a father, but my dad he introduced me into, comic books. He introduced me to Star Wars. So in hindsight, same thing, Leon, the fact that I was telling our friend Lance, I said, Lance, I grew up playing Sonic the Hedgehog. I brought my kid to see a movie about Sonic the Hedgehog. I grew up, reading Wolverine, Deadpool. I brought my kid to see Deadpool and Wolverine. But when my son was 10 years old, and Leon, you've been there, where it's I watched Predator at 8 years old. I watched Terminator at 10 years old. My kid was watching Aliens. I'm
pretty sure I showed my 10. I think she was 8 years old because she should be 11 soon. But I'm pretty sure I told her or showed her Terminator at 7 or 8 years old, and we cried together. You get to the end when Arnie is like, "I know now why you cry, but it's something I can never." And I'm streaming tears, and I look over, and she is as well. I'm like, okay, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, sometimes my channel, because his mother's a horrible human being, but when I get my kid, I would say that, hey guys, I would love the fact that I would say, like people would say, like the current modern audience, my kid was 15, 14, whatever, and watch a film like the Aliens, because people would say, well, maybe Aliens, Terminator, Predator are the product of their times. I have a 10-year-old who's born in 2007 watching films from the 80s, 90s. Like, dad, he went to go see the CGI, it's not live action. Lion King. Goes, dad, that Lion King sucked. He likes the cartoon version. He would watch Aliens. My kid loves 80s and 90s films, but because I raised him on that. So my kid prefers older Hollywood. He doesn't like modern shit.
well, it goes beyond that. So first of all, I agree with that sentiment 100% because I showed mine a bunch of movies and whatnot from that era. The Goonies, her favorite film of all time is like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That and Coraline. But she's a massive Beetlejuice fan. She loves Beetlejuice. Showed her the Goonies. However, 2 Halloweens ago, showed her Nosferatu, the original Nosferatu,
Wow,
the silent film. So she was like 8, almost 9 years old. And she sat through a silent film and loved it to the point where this Christmas we're gonna go see Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna be hopefully an amazing, daddy child moment. And
look up the poster for the Abyss back there for the special edition. So because I never seen the Abyss in theaters because I was too young, but so I brought my kid to see the Abyss. And again, the Abyss is 35 years old. My kid was just like, well, I'll tell you, Leon, and anybody, this came out this year, but the Alien, the first one, the 40th anniversary. So I was 2 when it came out. I brought my kid who's 17, to see a film that was 40 fucking years old, made back in technically the 70s. Fucking sold out. Me and my kid were just like, and the fact that a film that came out 40 years ago for a teenager to like, dad, this is fucking awesome. That shows you the quality of older filmmaking versus modern filmmaking.
And there's this sort of delineation between kids because, like, I took mine. So before Alien Romulus came out, a few months prior, it was the 40th anniversary of Alien. Alien is one of my favorite films of all time. One of the very rare perfect 10 out of 10 films that I would give.
I agree.
And I took her to see, and she loved it. She loved Alien.
Yeah.
A few months later, Alien Romulus comes out. So I'm like, okay, you liked Alien. Let's go see Alien Romulus. She, being a youngin' who is accustomed to modern technology and whatnot, liked Romulus better. Whatever. Kids gonna be kids. I did like Romulus. I actually do enjoy Alien Romulus. There's no fucking way it's better than Alien, but you know what? Kids gonna be kids. They like their modern updated visuals. She liked the beds, but you know what? She still likes and appreciates Alien, and that movie's from like what, 78, 79. So you know what? I can't bitch too much. Showed her Labyrinth with David Bowie. She loved it.
I know. That's what we always do. It's like, dad, we haven't seen X, Y, and Z. My buddy, there's only so many hours in a fucking day. But yeah, like we were talking about earlier about Dragon Ball Daima. Like, again, Dragon Ball Z came out before my son was born, and I've watched with my son all of Z and Super and Daima, like, and Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. So like the stuff that when I was a kid,
bro,
it's
1,000-Year Blood War been so fucking good.
Yeah, it's just the thing I like about being a father is just re-experiencing, because you've been to Leon, and anyone in chat knows this. Watch a film when you're 10, watch a film when you're 20, watch a film.
Uh-oh, is this my internet or yours? Folks in the chat, let me know if I can still click things. It doesn't seem like my internet. Hopefully it's not mine.
Could be YouTube.
There we go. Okay.
Was
that your internet or mine? Because you said watch film when you're 10, 20, 30, and it cut.
Yeah.
Okay, it was just BCL. Gotcha. Where were you going with that? Because
it looks like you. I was just saying, Leon, you've been there with certain films you watch as a kid, like, say we're in our 30s, 40s now. Some films age better, some films age terribly, and I love being a father where it's like, Dad, I've never seen this movie from the 80s and 90s, and see my kid's reaction, because it's kind of a mirror for like how I felt at that age. But that's why I'm always testing.
You get to re-experience it vicariously through them, through the eyes 100%. Of a child.
Yeah.
So what was a film that you like? Because Serrano says, had an experience of watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs again as an adult. It's not good. Now, I've never seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I read the book back in elementary school, and I loved it, but I never saw the film. Bruce Campbell is in it, so I do need to see it because I'm a massive Bruce Campbell fan. But what was a film that like you loved as a kid that you now watch as an adult, and you're like, oh, this isn't good?
Oh,
and before you answer that, Cryptic Beats coming in with that two-banger. Chair-sama is God. Chair-sama is all. And my man, for that, you know what? We're going to give you that Zelda chime. Bingo, bango, bongo. You didn't need to, but you did. It means the absolute wild to me. Thank you so much, Cryptic. Yeah. So what is that film that you watched as a kid that loved, and as an adult you're like, the fuck was I thinking?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, it's YouTube tonight.
You gonna give me an answer to the question, or
no, my whole internet froze again. It's either maybe it's YouTube.
Oh, gosh, you know, yeah. I was saying, what was that? What was a film that you watched as a child that you rewatched as an adult, and you're like, oh, this wasn't good.
Not that it was bad, but I did bring my kid to see it. So again, they had the first 4 episodes of Transformers, the original cartoon. The first episode they had it was a split screen, like we're doing split screen. They had it was the animation. They had Peter Cullen and everybody rereading the lines live as they're showing the episode. Transformers, the cartoon, it's a product of its time, but it's still like looking at Transformers. Go back and watch the original cartoon. It is what it is, but I loved it for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, there's certain there's so many fucking films we watched, Leon. But I would say Transformers recently. We even said Power Rangers. Power Rangers. Watch Power Rangers at 15. Watch it at 40. It's like we understand what it is, man.
So Daxnor said something interesting here. I'm going to relate to this in a bit. Daxy, you brought up something beautiful. I love you, you furry little bastard. He says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Now, I don't dislike Transformers, but I'm ambivalent to them. I was a Ninja Turtles kid as opposed to a Transformers kid. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, I loved as a child. Really? As an adult, it's like okay at best. I like the Vanilla Ice rap. I saw him perform it live, by the way, when I saw Vanilla Ice live a few years ago.
Oh,
it was awesome. But like, I'm gonna be real. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, massive step down. I always hated 3. Like, even as a kid, I didn't like 3. But yeah, I'm a massive Ninja Turtles fan, and rewatching TMNT 2 as an adult, it's like, wow, this movie is not good. Now, the original, just TMNT from 1990. I think it was one of the best comic book adaptations of all time.
Dude. Well, you said this on plenty of streams, Leon. I 100% agree with you as being a father. People stop treating kids like they're fucking stupid. And when part 2 came out and I was like 12 or something, you seen like, watch, because Jim Henson legendary. Watch the first film.
That's why 3 sucks in part, by the way, because he was dead by then, so they didn't use Jim Henson puppeting for TMNT 3. But sorry, continue.
Well, no, I was saying, but even the second one, like look at the costumes between part 1, then go right into part 2. And you're like, oh man, the costumes had a massive downgrade. And Shredder, obviously, Shredder with the Super Shredder, just it felt so cheesy. Like the first one felt grounded, and you see it, guys, and we pull up fucking clips. To this day, the choreography in the first film, like when Raph does the spin kick and knocks all 3 guys out, and just the fight choreography, those guys in suits was like legendary, and it still fucking holds up, man.
Corey Feldman played Donatello. Like, that's so weird. Like,
yeah, really.
Alrighty. We're about to get in to the Sonic stuff. Before that, I got a couple more things to bring up. Obviously, as a child of the 80s, and I picked this specifically for you because oh, look at that. That is fucking beautiful.
So I'm an asshole. I went to one showing. One showing had this one and one popcorn bucket, and then the second showing had the blue head bucket. So I had to go 2 different malls to get this shit.
Oh no, Jake Martin, I completely disagree. Titan AE is still awesome. I rewatched it pretty recently, like within the last couple of years. I loved it as a kid, and I still love it. Titan AE is super cool. Oh, you got the bucket, dude. I'm so jelly.
I'm such a loser. I went to 2 different fucking malls to buy this shit.
No, that's not loser at all. That's amazing. But no, so I imagine that you were a HeMan fan.
Of course.
Now, I am a HeMan fan. Sort of. I never really watched the original cartoon, but I did have all the toys from the original cartoons. So I more was like made my own story. But there was a 2003 reboot of HeMan. I don't know if you remember or not. That I did really like. So I grew up on the old 80s toys, never really watched the show. Reboots is what actually got me into it. But Jared Leto as Skeletor. Your thoughts, because and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're not a HeMan fan, but I imagine that you grew up on it being a child of the 80s.
You know what, man, boy, even my ex-girlfriend time period, she wasn't a HeMan fan. We watched the Kevin Smith Netflix HeMan, and she's like, honey, what the fuck is this?
I didn't even bother. I was watching and said, I'm watching one a day, force myself. Like, dude, Kevin, I used to like Kevin Smith, like most people would. Same, dude. Clerks is probably the movie I've seen more than any other in my life.
I mean, Clerks, yeah, especially again being a blue collar person, go watch Clerks. The Clerks like Randall, especially freaking Dante, like oh man. But yeah, Jared Leto, like I I want to like Jared Leto, but it makes a
I
question.
hate him.
I
Can't stand him.
want to like him, but yeah, it's like how is he keep getting like cast in so many roles where he's just making bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb? I don't get it.
I just look. Maybe Jared Leto's a good actor. I don't see it. I don't know the appeal. I don't understand the appeal. Maybe
Yeah.
folks like him, but like Skeletor, look. You need someone menacing for Skeletor. Who the fuck looks at Jared Leto, one of the OG pussy ass emo singers, and is like menacing? No, dude, no.
I mean, only if you're gonna make it campy and stupid, maybe. But like you said, it's like, well, what's the problem? Is what's the tone? Because He-Man, are they gonna make it dead serious, like the fucking Dolph Lundgren movie, or like is it gonna be
which is so bad?
know.
I love it, but it's awful.
It's true. Like I have the power, and like the fucking these guys ran out of fucking money. The budget, like, oh god, the film was so bad. But
yeah, I just man, this does not give me hope in the slightest. I don't mean in that Superman way of like, oh, it shouldn't inspire. No, like literally, because we're in this strange Renaissance period of so. And I would love your take on this. So I'm going to propose something, and I want you to give your opinion. I think that nerd culture was great until about 2008.
Okay.
I did not mean to rhyme there, but anyway, and then the MCU happened, and I've been very mixed on the MCU since its inception as a comic book fan. I'm admittedly not a fan of Iron Man, not a fan of Ed Norton's Hulk. I love Thor. I fucking hate Captain America, the First Avenger. So I've been very mixed. I truly believe that Disney is part of the downfall of nerd culture. So we had it real good when being a nerd was niche. And then being a nerd got popular and shit started to suck. But I think we are in a renaissance where like we're getting these adaptations like Sonic, like the Mario Bros. Movie, like Fallout, like One Piece. Like One Piece of all things should be the hardest anime of all time to adapt, and yet the live action was amazing. Where we are seeing source material and fandom being honored, and then I see this for He-Man. I'm like, oh right. Even while we're in this period, there are people that just want to cash in on shit. So, how do you feel about the ebbs and flows, or sort of where we're at with nerd culture? Do you think that we're on a come up? Do you think that maybe I'm being too optimistic? What are your thoughts on how the mainstream is viewing nerd culture?
I think now, Leon, with the internet, because we do get like, it's the cliche of the whole term rose colored glasses, where because people tend to forget, like, oh, well, the past 10 years, we're getting shit movies. Guys, look, I love the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. I love the 90s. People tend to forget that, especially with our buddy Enzo. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of fucking 80s and 90s films that are dog shit, and a lot of 80s and 90s cartoons that are dog shit, and a lot of 80s and 90s TV shows that are dog shit. So there is objectively, you could say, well, we had stuff like, Die Hard and Terminator 2. Yeah, but we still get good stuff nowadays. So like you said, the He-Man movie with Dolph Lundgren, not a good fucking movie by any means. So, but like there has been stuff that you'll go back, like, oh, I liked this movie when I was a kid. Yeah, but it's not as good as you remember it is. Like, stuff like, yes, the Iron Giant is fantastic. It's a fucking perfect film. But yeah,
it's funny. I hated that movie as a kid. As an adult, I love it. As a kid, I did not like the Iron Giant. Also, Cinevere. Sorry, Cinevere. We'll have to have a conversation about Fallout maybe later or something like that, because you're retarded, but it's okay. I love it. Anyway, sorry, continue.
No, but so I think like nowadays, no, we still get this. I think we get the same amount of dog shit. Like there's plenty of 80s, 90s. Come on, like, well, the term has changed, but now it's streaming. You know how many fucking bad direct to DVD movies we had in the 90s? How many fucking Steven Seagal or Van Damme were just straight to DVD because they were too shitty? Like, well, even Disney had, like, was The Lion King, fantastic. Then The Lion King 2, 3, 4, 19, like Aladdin, like all the straight to DVD fucking movies they make, guys. Now it's just straight to streaming. So we're still getting shit, but like we got plenty of oh Christ, there's a lot of 80s, 90s fucking films that are terrible, terrible adaptations, man.
Well,
So
since you bring that up, we are going through what I'm seeing as sort of a 90s revival. Not just in media, they're bringing back 90s fashion in Walmart. Like, look, Sonic is a product of the 90s, and you're wearing a Sonic shirt. Like,
look right there, dude. It says 1991 right on it.
We are going through a 90s revival, and part of me is really excited about that because that's my era. That's who I grew up. That's what I love. But by the same token, there's individuals using it just for nostalgia bait, so it's very on the nose and corporate. What do you think of this sort of 90s revival we're going through? But before you answer, Dax and R coming to that two-banger, Sally Acorn or Rouge the Bat. This is a tricky question. Here's why it's tricky. Sally Acorn is the lover. That's the one you marry. Rouge the Bat is the fucking sleazy fuck that you go home with for a concert. Like,
that's when I marry. Fuck.
And this is usually reserved for a different dollar amount, but because it's a Sonic related question, we'll give you that Sonic Adventure chime. Bingo, bango, bongo. You didn't need to, but you did, and it means the absolute wild to me. Thank you so much, Daxonar.
Well, come on, like Leon, do you remember this? Remember fucking the second Mortal Kombat film?
Oh, fuck, yes, I do.
Remember, guys, yes. we went fucking from Sylvester Stallone Dread to call Urban Dread. So, and I could be here all day with just remember shitty. Come on, like, does anyone fucking watch a Stallone Dread? This is a great film, guys. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, it's actually one of the few films where Rob Schneider gets to be funny.
Also, hey, remember, who's a good Italian? Bob Hoskins, and also John Leguizamo's a great Luigi, guys. So it's like people want to shit on modern adaptations. The 90s was a fun era, guys.
Alrighty, we've been going for about an hour, so we're gonna get into the Sonic review, sort of. To lead into the review, we're gonna talk about some box office because Sonic went up against Mufasa.
Fuck Mufasa.
And I have been saying from the fucking get-go, you can go back like 3 months worth of streams. I had Foxy Moxie Dame on the show, and I posed the question, as a parent, what do you think kids are going to want to see more? Live action Lion King prequel or Sonic? And I asked this to several parents after I got her answer. Universally, every parent I asked said Sonic. And that reflected in the box office. Good. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, just on Thursday night alone. And you and I contributed to this, my friend.
Yes, I did.
6.5 milli, whereas Mufasa got 3.3. Sonic 3 almost doubled it. Is Mufasa in absolute danger? And what do you think Sonic will make of the box office?
Oh Christ, here we go, bro. Let's see. So you said on Gucci's stream, Sonic 1 400 million, Sonic 2 500 million. This is Christmas time. You have no competition because Nosferatu.
That's important to remember. The other Sonic films came out around Valentine's Day. This one's coming out around Christmas. That's a big difference.
No competition because Disney is already pissed off 99% of their fucking fan base. Nosferatu, I'm going to go see this. You're a sick individual. Bring your kid, but. Nosferatu is great, but the average family will take for Christmas Day a blue hedgehog with Shadow and Keanu Reeves. 700 million. You said this. Gooch said $1 billion. I mean, my heart wants to say $1 billion. Inside Out 2 did $1 billion. 700 million, I think, is a very safe bet. So
Inside Out 2 is good, by the way. Like, as a supreme Disney hater, I agree. I really liked Inside Out 2.
I went to Inside Out 2 expecting to fucking hate it.
I waited for streaming.
Yeah, and I walked out and I'm like, oh, this was actually good. Son of a bitch. Like, so I'm with you, Leon. I'm gonna go with 700. I think 700 is a safe bet. So I will go with 700. I want $1 billion. I want Sonic 3 to hit a fucking $1 billion, but 700 is a good because it's got everything riding for it. He said the marketing, dude, man. Like, love Jim Carrey, but Kick-Ass 2 comes out. I'm anti-gun. Oh, Christ. Jim, stop talking.
Dude, Kick-Ass is one of those movies that I love the first time I saw it, and every single time I watched it afterwards, it diminished. I never ended up seeing Kick-Ass 2, and then I was watching the press tour for Kick-Ass 2, and Jim Carrey, God, he shot himself in the foot so many fucking times on the press tour for that.
I mean, our buddy Lord Toxic, like, I love Jack Reacher, season 1, season 2, season 3 looks pretty good. Alan Ritchson, don't follow him on social media. Like, just don't. I love Reacher. It's so people would say Jim Carrey X, Y, and Z. Like you said, Leon, the Keanu. Every second, I keep seeing a new Keanu interview, new interview. Everyone's just promoting the fuck out of this, and there's no. Oh man, it's like the good, like you said, the goodwill. Everyone knows this during my review. Remember when everyone knows the Ugly Sonic came out? The Ugly
Real
Sonic.
quick, I gotta say, we got Smash JT Raid coming in. We got Kira. Let me make sure I get the name right. Kovalyova. Hopefully I got that right. Not entirely sure, but Kira Kovalyova coming in. Kira, how you doing? We're about to get into the Sonic 3 review. My man, the real Bob Newman, Smash JT himself, Smash, my friend. How you doing, brother? Kenneth Renz Domingo. Thanks to that Disney trying to pander to the modern audience, numerous writers and actors causing controversy, remakes that are being hated. The reason families for Sonic 3 over Mufasa. Yo, all you Raiders, my man's welcome. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Ages for hedonism. Let's go.
No,
continue. BCL.
No, I mean never text Bob, but my phone's it's on low dim, and I'll text my sister, my 12-year-old. I was like, Jamie, what are you doing? She's like, well, I'm seeing Sonic next week. I was like, I will pay for your nephew's tickets. Go take my nephew to see his fucking film right now. So yes, if I had a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, I would be taking their family to see Sonic 3 right now.
Hypnotic Enrapture. Let me give you a quick update for Leon and Address. Here's the dealio. That's the tier 2 goal, which is $200. We're sitting at currently like 79 or something. So if you want to get Leon in the dress or in the corset or whatever it may be, we got to get them downloads up. But I do appreciate the fact you want to see Leona tonight. So we'll see what happens.
I'll hold the chat down. All right.
Continue, my man.
No, like people say in the chat, everyone knows this, man. Disney is just, even because Inside Out 2, yes, that was their one win, but overall, man, they have just pissed off their fan base. The Sonic franchise has, at least you see in the box office, garnered such goodwill with the fan base, and like from the first fucking film, hey guys, here's Ugly Sonic. You know, the internet, just because of that, I saw Sonic 1 fucking twice in theaters because we fucked up. We're sorry. You guys are right. We're gonna fix Ugly Sonic. That right there, I'm buying 2 tickets. You know.
Spitfire became a member all on his own. My man with a plan. Spitfire became a member. That's like reaching into a treasure chest, finding the compass or the treasure map that will take you on to even more treasures in that oh so treacherous dungeon, which means you get the Zelda chime. Bingo, bango, bongo. You didn't need to, but you did. It means the absolute wild to me. Thank you so much, Spitfires. Yeah, I mean, I'll be real. Sonic is, it trounced Mufasa. I knew it would. I assume you knew it would as well.
Yeah.
Because, and here's the deal. Here's what folks fail to realize. Sonic, when it initially got its trailer, I'm talking about Sonic 1.
Yeah.
That ugly Sonic. And they listened to the fans. They delayed the film. They fixed it.
Yes.
And lo and behold, that built up so much goodwill that people showed up, showed out. The movie made bank. So when Sonic 2 comes out, and they made it even more Sonic. They added Tails and Knuckles. They made it follow even more. It became... and now we have Sonic 3, which is just carrying on that. Like, let's just get into the review portion of this. So, guys, we are going to start off spoiler-free.
Okay.
I will let you know when we move into spoilers. If you do and such want to leave, it will be totally understandable. We are going to do a spoiler-free review at first. Smash JT has got to head out. He's exhausted.
Hey,
man, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
The raid means the world to me. You didn't need to.
Merry Christmas.
I hope that as a gamer, you take your family to see Sonic 3. You will not be disappointed. I agree. The best, and I truly mean this, this is the best video game adaptation ever put to film. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. And then Hayden Wayne coming in with a 20 banger. Just picked up Sonic Shadows Generation, started playing the Sonic line. I played 2 levels and love what this game is doing. I grew up on Sonic and Mario. This scratches that itch. I missed movies soon. Hayden. Oh, Hayden. You are in for such a treat. Just at any point, as your resident Sonic lore expert and frankly unabashed fanboy, if you got questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, if you just want to gush, lay it on me. I would love to get all the DMs. And because of that, we're gonna give you a bit of a clip. We're gonna give you the for all you raiders that know Atreus and Hypno. This is the Atreus and Hypno clip, and Hayden, this is for you. Thank you so much, brother.
I can blow.
Oh, you ready to blow?
Yeah, I'm ready to blow.
Well, I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker. Every time my fingers touch brain, I'm Superfly TNT. I'm the Guns of the Navarone.
Bingo, bango, bongo. There it is. Yeah, drink up, Buttercup. With that, we did hit the tier 1 goal. We will extend the stream by 1 hour. And those of you that donated do get to come on. I do not care if you're a streamer. I don't care if you're a YouTuber. I don't care how your mic quality is. If you got a camera, I just like building the community and making it more accessible. So, yes, those that donate do get to come on when we do the extended hour of the show. Thank you so much.
Well, that's why I love you, Leon. It's a small tangent. That's what said. Critical Drinker, the guy hit 2 million fucking subs. I had like 20 fucking subs, and like you, I love the fact that people like Leon's never too big to fucking have people on his channel, man. It's so awesome, dude.
Well, no, Chris, you're my friend. That's what it boils down to. It's like I like having folks on that are authentic, they're real. You and I have built rapport up over the last couple of years. Your streams are fun. Like I'm happy to do this with you. When you told me you were going to see this movie opening day,
you're the first person I texted, man.
That means the world to me. The fact that I was the first person you texted
also
means the world to me.
And chat, you know this as well, because when she's watched replay, my girlfriend, like when me and Leon, and he knows this, like I send the guy super chats, I'll tell him to go fuck himself in super chats. Like this is what friends do, man. It's like,
what the fuck you mean by that, Hypno? I'm literally going to be on the show tomorrow. Hypno was so upsetty spaghetti because I didn't show up last week. I said I would be late, and then when I go to show up, there was already 9 people on the show, and Hypno got this fucking rule: if there's 9 people, no more. So I was like, oh well, there's 9 people. I guess I can't. And I was bummed that I missed the show. Homie, want to play some motherfucking games? Hypno, I love you.
Yeah.
Home, maybe, dude. Hayden, hell yeah! Dang. When we get to that the start of the 3rd hour, so in 55 minutes, I would love for you to come on. I've wanted to stream with you for ages. Let's get into the review. So to open this up, for those that don't know, this is a loose adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
BCL, did you play Sonic Adventure 2?
It's been a while, but yes. And like someone said in the chat,
did you play it on the Dreamcast, the original release, or did you play the GameCube re-release?
Christ, it'll be Dreamcast. But dude, you said Dreamcast? Oh my! I love
my favorite system of all time. The Dreamcast.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Because as a gamer, man, like remember when your friends, guys, small tangent, when you played fucking Madden games or football games, you had to have split screen. Your friend could see what you're picking. Dreamcast had you could put into the screen. You could pick your fucking plays in your Dreamcast, and your friends couldn't see what you're picking. It was so innovative for the time. Like I fucking love Dreamcast.
Hypnotic and Rapture fucking calling out Hypno. Leon, I sent a super chat for you and you weren't even there, dude. Man, I was on multiple streams tonight. I went straight from Badger's show to this show. I've been on multiple streams tonight, but I will be on SNH tomorrow as per my fucking job. I got to be there. Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are goated. Funny you say that, Hayden. So here's the dealio. Sonic Adventure is not just my favorite Sonic game, but it is my favorite video game of all time.
Really?
So there was a slight disappointment that they were skipping over Adventure and going right into an adaptation of Adventure 2. And then I saw the film and I was like, never mind. Right. That was the correct choice. That was 100% the correct choice. So what was give me your thoughts on this film and we will go from there.
Oh Christ. Well, like I told people in the chat, like I caught a 3 p.m. showing. It was a fan event because the fan event gave us posters and keychains, all this other bullshit. So I watched it on Screen X. I'm not sure where you're at, but Leon, have you seen Screen X? Is that in your area?
I'm not sure what screen, because you said that in chat, and I'm not sure what Screen X is.
So in chat, you guys see that Screen X basically. Well, you go to a theater, you see a screen. Screen X is one screen, then there's one on the side, one on the left. So, like, say for instance, like Shadow, right? Shadow, the trailer.
Okay, so we have something similar about 3.5 hours from me called an OmniMax. It's not an IMAX, it's an OmniMax, where you basically it's a theater that's a dome. And you're in the middle of a dome, and it's literally all around you in a 3. So I guess it's similar, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah, Screen X. Yeah, it's you have one screen right here, one
we're starting off spoiler free.
Yeah.
once we get to spoilers, we will give the warning for anyone that needs to leave. But we are starting off spoiler free.
Okay, yeah. So I was just saying, in my area, we have IMAX, we have Regal, RPX, we have ScreenX. So ScreenX said it's like, say for instance, in the trailers, Shadow, you see him in Tokyo, and what they do is the action scene, you'll see one screen. There's a screen on the right, left, so you have 3 screens. It's a big fucking panoramic view. So the action scenes are basically bigger. So I call it the 3 p.m. Screen X. I get out, I text my kid, he got to school 4:30. Buddy, what are you doing? He goes, "What, Dad? What's going on? We have to go see Sonic again." So I watched it a second time.
You saw it twice in chat. This is how good Sonic 3 is. This 40-fucking-year-old man, I'm lowballing for you. I got you, homie. Saw Sonic 3 twice in one day.
Yeah, I told this to Leon. I cannot remember the time, because even Endgame, I was disappointed with Endgame.
Real quick, Brian Land is asking how much ScreenX costs.
Okay, so it's basically you're paying like $3 extra, basically $20. Like I said, because my Regal app is free, Brian. So I paid $2 for the upgrade. It's like IMAX.
Well, your Regal app isn't free. You pay like what, 24 a month? You said
24. Yeah. So it said, well, so a ScreenX, IMAX, RPX, they all cost $20. Standard tickets 18, so you're paying $20 with the taxes and shit like that. So
okay.
But yeah.
So you've got 2 screens on both sides. Go on,
yes.
Lay it on us. So you're telling your son you've got to go see this.
I text because he did after school program with his friends. He's hanging out with his girls, like, hang with your girlfriend, hang out with your dad, and let's go see Sonic. I'm like, buddy, I loved it. And like you said, Leon, my kid, I know Sonic lore, but my kid's like you. He's just like, he knows more Sonic lore than I know, and he's just like, Dad, this is like Sonic Adventure too. Like, and he was schooling me in all the Shadow lore, because I know not as much lore as you do, Leon, but I'm
a lore hound for Sonic the Hedgehog. And I want for all of y'all that came over from the Smash raid that are new and maybe don't watch my streams or whatnot, I want to let y'all know I'm a normal Sonic fan. None of that faggot ass DeviantArt shit. Like, we don't play this fucking. I like to play the games. I like to watch the anime. I like to watch the movies. None of that fucking like seeing anthropomorphized faggot ass hedgehogs fucking each other and shit. I hate that. Gooners have fucking ruined Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm actually gonna be making a video on that, just so y'all know. Anyway, continue, BCL.
Well, my initial reaction, without spoiling stuff for chat, was like when I walked out and I was texting Leon. I like part 1 and actually part 2 last weekend. I did watch part 2 at my girlfriend's house. I was high as fuck. She's like, "Why are you crying for me?" Because I love Sonic. So I walked that part.
So did you ran up crying? Did you have? What was your level of emotional reaction to certain points of this film?
Oh God, yeah, Shadow and you said Leon. When this was first announced, I love Hayden Christensen. I think, like most people, I don't hate Hayden for the prequel issues. When they first was announced for Hayden, I was kind of happy about that. When Keanu was first announced,
because for those that don't know, Hayden Christensen was rumored to be the voice of Shadow before Keanu got it.
Yeah, and when Keanu got it, I was like, Keanu is Shadow, and Keanu and Shadow are the emotional tone and heart of this film. And there's some very deep scenes, which we'll get into spoilers later, but there's some very deep scenes.
Real quick, Laughing Man, I only say faggot when the moment calls for it, you faggot. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, but no, there's a lot of, even said Jeremy Geeks and Gamers tweeted out, this film has got, out of all 3 films, I think arguably the most heart and soul, and like Shadow has a very good arc, and you understand,
which is impressive, because the second one with Knuckles does have that heart and soul. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm not gonna worry about spoiling the second one, but you guys haven't seen this movie's been out for like 2.5 fucking years. So that's on you. I mean, Knuckles goes through this whole thing in the second film. He's the last of his kind. He's never had any family or whatnot. In fact, he blames Sonic for the murder of his family. There is heart and soul in the second one. And I'm with you. This film ups the ante, and like there is legitimate emotional stakes in this film. Vex Electronica cried twice during it. I didn't quite cry, but I swear to God, I almost did. I choked up.
If I was drunk, I would have. But no, a couple of times I'm just, because I had to go in sober because I had to pick up my kid afterwards. And listen, guys, I joke around, but don't drive drunk, seriously. But I was getting pretty up there. As I said, when I watched Sonic 2 last week, and I'm just like, she comes out in the bedroom, she's like, "Honey, you crying?" Oh, so
yeah, I felt the tears starting to formulate at a couple of scenes, and I willed that shit down. I was like, no, I cannot be the 30-year-old man crying alone in a Sonic movie, because I went solo, because I don't usually go to movies alone, but like I need to see this opening day. This is the only showing. I need to get my review out, and so I went to the movie solo, and I'm sitting next to there. Okay. there's a misogynistic joke in this movie, which is great. At one point, I guess this is a spoiler, but it doesn't ruin anything. So I'm just gonna let you guys know what the joke is. At one point, one of the Robotniks says,
It's Gerald.
"Ugh." Yeah, Gerald Robotnik says, "Ugh, women in the military," and I fucking laughed my ass off.
And the fact that 2024.
There was a fucking millennial girl sitting next to me, and like as I'm belly laughing, she shoots me this disgusted look. I'm like, it was fun. I couldn't believe that Sonic went full fucking misogynistic. It was so great.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that Sonic 3, like, dude, like, comedy wise, I'm good because Jim Carrey everyone knows this, but like, besides Deadpool and Wolverine, I went to two screens back to back. The audience was fucking roaring, like laughing. Like this was, I laughed. Okay, when was the last great sitcom, Leon? Like what? Tropic Thunder? I mean, what was that? Like I laughed constantly during this fucking movie, man. Like it was.
And look, I've been watching a bunch of other people doing reviews, and they all keep saying that Jim Carrey is the heart of the comedy in this, which, to be fair, he is. However, there's great comedy from just about everyone. Knuckles has great comedy. Sonic has great comedy. Shadow is not funny. He sort of does these anti-jokes,
but he's not supposed to be.
Right. You know? He will say things completely seriously. And that makes it funny because he's the straight man.
I think it's a small joke where it's like Shadow. We have to make avocado. Revenge avocado.
The way revenge avocado. It's so good. So
no, you said the emotional beats. Like, what is it spoilers to say? Like, what? So is Shadow's origin in the games? It's like his origin is his friend.
They changed it a little bit for the film, but it's mostly correct. Here's the dealio. Anybody that knows their Sonic lore knows that who Maria is, and let's be real, okay, I'm about to give a spoiler, but Sonic Adventure 2 has been out since 2000, so the game's 24 years old.
Yeah.
If you don't know this,
you've had time,
and it's been referenced in like every Sonic game since. Okay, this one's on you. Anyone who knows the character Shadow and his relationship with Maria knows Maria's gonna die. Like that's part of Shadow's lore, part of his backstory. It's his whole dynamic as a character. This film does sort of softball her death. I'm not gonna say how until we get to spoilers if it comes up, but it does, because I don't know if you know or not, BCL, but in the games, the military just straight guns her down. She's a fucking 12-year-old girl, and the military is like, nah, fuck you, and just shoots her in the fucking face.
Which is almost similar though, but it's kind of close.
They changed it a little bit in the film to make it a bit more like, hey, if you're gonna kill a kid, they soften it a little bit. But to be fair, I was wondering how. I've said this on multiple streams, multiple videos, how they were going to actually handle the killing of a child in the Sonic movies. And they fucking did it. They softballed it a little bit, but they still did it. Holy shit.
I was worried. I was worried that it would be too dark for a Sonic audience, but because I was thinking, like, what if she didn't really die? What if she was just like, she got injured and she went off somewhere? And no, like, this is, but that adds to Shadow's backstory and why he is the way he is for it. And I was impressed that they actually went that route, because like out of all three Sonic films, this is tonally the most darker version compared to the first two.
For sure. This movie does, the best way I can equate it is it does what kids films in the 80s and early 90s used to do, which is actually give you adult themes so that the children can learn. Like, I've been watching Skeleton Crew to do reviews on it every week on Goose's show, and like as far as Disney Star Wars goes, it's not the worst. It really isn't. Like,
no, I agree.
Skeleton. I'm a supreme Disney hater, supreme Disney Star Wars hater. Skeleton Crew has been like very middle of the road, best of the worst.
It's safe. That's a problem.
Safe, right? Yes. This film is actually legitimately a throwback to what old 80s and 90s films, kids films did, which was give you shit that makes kids think.
No, you said Leon. People like we back in the NES days and the Genesis days and '90s, stop treating kids like they're fucking stupid. I mean, again, like I watched Kyle Reese die. I watched friggin' whatever Newt die. I watched like the 10-year-olds not fucking stupid. They understand death, and you watch it like what? Come on, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime died to a whole generation.
Transformers.
Yeah, so it's like it's not that's why I was worried they would change up Maria's story, and they stuck with it. I mean, it's small changes, but the overall theme is this is why Shadow is messed up in the head for, which I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, Shadow is probably, and for those that have seen the other two films, again, first of all, it's the third film in a trilogy. They've built up so much goodwill with the fans at this point, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
They were not afraid to give Shadow emotional depth, which is
definitely.
It's a very difficult thing to do because Shadow is a complicated character in game canon and Sonic canon for those that know their lore. I was worried about whether or not he would be treated properly, but by the same token, I wasn't super worried because we had so much goodwill from the first two films, but also Shadow is a hard character to do because of his there's this, even Sega, the people that make the games, oftentimes don't know how to use Shadow. Sometimes he's this fantastically deep, almost Shakespearean character. Other times he's just fucking Vegeta from Dragon Ball. And this movie really takes its time. It's called Sonic 3. I would argue this is more of a Shadow film in terms of the actual story. Like, Sonic's the main character, and you see everything through his visage. But story-wise, this is a Shadow movie.
Yeah, I mean,
would you agree? Or
yeah, what Shadow's on all the promotional material. He's the big draw, and I would say he has the best character arc. We'll get into it later, but yes, Shadow. You understand why he is the way he is for which later on you'll show Shadow versus Sonic, and I mean, comparing him to Superman Red Son. Not outside the realm of it's not that hard to believe because yes, it's like what if like said you have this being where he comes to Earth. I mean, I guess spoilers, Leon, I'm not sure, but he comes to Earth and like he's experimented on. He's this supreme being.
Again, I wouldn't even say that's spoilers because again, that's actually all game lore that's been around since 2001. So I don't even consider that a spoiler. So yeah, can feel free to continue. I imagine what you're about to say. It's all stuff that's in the games.
Okay, yeah, but with Shadow, but he does the character trope where it's like he says to Maria at one point, he's like, do you think I'm dangerous? And the way and Keanu's voice and delivery, where he just says to where he's just quiet, like, do you think I'm dangerous? And I like the fact
let's talk about that for a moment. Okay. Keanu as Shadow.
Yeah.
Go for it. Give your thoughts.
At first, I wasn't sure because Keanu, everyone knows Keanu. Yes, he's John Wick, but everyone for a time period he was Bill and Ted, and like, yo, dude, what's going on?
Bill and Ted, he was Neo. He was always the whoa guy.
Exactly.
And
people
I love Keanu. Everyone loves Keanu, but he's got a reputation.
Exactly, 100%. And like he brought a nuance to his performance, and he brought a depth to his his tones that I wasn't expecting. And I'm like you said, at first I'm like Hayden. After Keanu delivered about 5 lines, I'm like, okay, now I'm invested. The way he says to her, he's like, do you think I'm dangerous? And he thinks that the world wants to view him as a fucking monster. And he's like, I'm not a monster. I'm just like, I'm normal in a sense. But Maria is the first person to show him like you're not just like this horrible thing. You actually have emotions. You're deep.
Well,
it's
character. Funny you say that. I cannot believe I'm saying this because normally the game canon is top tier. Like that is your origin point. That's where everything stems from. This film actually gave us more backstory between Shadow and Maria than the games ever have. It actually improved on the game lore gives you enough to sort of figure it out on your own. The core tenet of film is show, don't tell. And this film showed us shit between Shadow and Maria that we have never seen in the games. And I loved that as a Sonic fan because it really, really drove home the Shadow and Maria dichotomy.
Yeah. No, that's well said. And just the flashback scenes were great.
I hadn't heard that, Kyle, but if that's true, based as fuck.
Oh yeah, Kyle. No, I've seen that about on Twitter. Twitter, I've seen the past 24 hours about 10 different articles saying that Keanu was offered a role in Star Wars. He said, I'd rather do shit.
It happens. Come back. Okay, you're back. All right, Keanu, turn down. Go on.
No, yeah, I see. I read that too. Like, the past 24 hours, people said that he turned down Star Wars roles to be Shadow, and I'm like, good, good on you, Keanu.
So I would. There's only one voice actor from the games reprising their role, and that's Tails.
That's awesome too.
Colleen
That
O'Shaughnessy.
is so cool,
First
man.
of all, I agree. I am so happy they got the actual voice actress from the
Hey,
games.
second, Leon. So
Tails.
you tell me that, okay, so a woman can voice a male character, so it doesn't have to have representation. Oh my God, that's so
Believe
weird.
it or not, that's how it works. It's so wild.
Yeah, I mean, I expected an actual fox to voice Tails. Sorry, you know.
Yeah, just search the fucking wilderness for that magical Scooby-Doo-esque talking fox until you can find the correct casting. It also has to have two tails for the proper representation. So you got to find a two-tailed talking fox. But you know, so oftentimes video game voice actors do not get to reprise the roles. Even Charles Martinet didn't get to voice Mario. He had a cameo as Mario's dad. So the fact that they got Colleen O'Shaughnessy to voice Tails, I'm supremely happy about that. The voice actor for Shadow clearly didn't come back. They got Keanu.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this does worry me. But Keanu does something really interesting with his performance. He said he was not familiar with the games. He didn't play the game, so he did all the research on his own. Part of me wonders if the research was watching all the Sonic the Hedgehog like cutscenes and stuff where Shadow was voice acted, because he does not try to impersonate the voice actor, but he's not straight up Keanu either. He walks this middle ground between being Keanu and being like the voice actor from the games. And I think it works really well.
No, I agree. Like I said, I was expecting Keanu to be like, you know, like a fucking surfer, you know, or sorry, Shadow. But like, no, he gave a fucking nuance to Shadow, which I wasn't expecting. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. This is, you know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's probably outside of Keanu.
I don't know if I agree or not. When I rewatch the film a second time on Monday, I will let you know, because because they change because they change how Maria dies. I get what you're saying, but I'll need to give it a second listen to see if I agree or not.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
well, Keanu's too. Keanu is still Keanu. Like, I'm not expecting the best range. Like, he fits Shadow, the tone of Shadow, how he should be. I'm not expecting. It's like Sonic is Sonic, Knuckles is Knuckles, Shadow is Shadow. It's like I wouldn't expect Shadow to have panic in his voice. It just doesn't match the tone of the character. You know what I mean? It's just.
So Cinevere says, wait, Leon, suspend the review. Secret of NIMH hasn't been seen. I've never seen Secret of NIMH.
You bastard.
I won't lie. I've never seen the Secret of NIMH. I will, if folks want me to watch it, I will watch it, and maybe we can talk about it on a different stream. But yeah, I've actually never seen Secret of NIMH. I don't know if it's good. I don't even know what it's about. I assume someone named Nim has a secret. Is it anything similar to Victoria's Secret? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he said.
Rap Nab Scoobla says, neither do I. Laughing Man, representation matters, and that's a gay take.
Yeah, Don Bluth, man.
Secret Nim's Don Bluth?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta see it then. I love Don Bluth. Damn.
Goddamn
Okay,
legend.
fair enough.
Yeah, it is.
I love Don Bluth. I love Titan AE. I love Fightful. I guess it was never on my
radar. I mean, that's a loaded question. What's wrong with Leon? Like,
fair enough. So let's talk about this film as a sequel for a moment. So the first film is about Sonic finding his place in the world. The second film is, and I'm going to quote Angry Badger here because he laid it out perfectly, is about Sonic finding his boys and building the team.
Yeah.
So this third film, you've laid all the groundwork for the character. We know Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails at this point. That's kind of what makes it a Shadow film. This is the first. I would wager you can watch the second Sonic film really without having seen the first. You're gonna be lost in a couple things, but in general, you're gonna get what you need. I think in this instance, you do need to see the prior films because it hinges on the yin and yang between Sonic and Shadow.
Definitely, yeah. But also in supporting characters, but Knuckles and even like I said, Tom, like, and I've seen Jeremy Johns talk about this as well in his review. That
I watched his review earlier today. Actually,
Yeah.
I was a massive Jeremy Johns fan. I actually think he could have done more, but go on.
Yeah. No, well, people know this word like Transformers, like I like Transformers films, but the weakest part is the humans. People would say that the Sonic film's weakest part is the humans. I do like James Marsden a lot, but however,
I
like
do as well.
yeah, so I think James Marsden for the first and second film as Tom as Donut Lord does a pretty good job. But obviously, everyone's seen it for Jim Carrey. But James Marsden in the third film, they damn sure, because Shadow's in the film and double Robotniks, they stray a lot less humans in this film and more of a Sonic
I would say,
Knuckles.
yeah, for those of you that might have had an issue with the human stuff in the first two films,
Yeah.
75% of this movie is just straight Sonic characters, and the only humans are Dr. Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik. The humans take a major back seat until the second act. They do a couple things, and then they bounce out again. Like, it's mostly a Sonic almost game of film because you don't see a lot of humans.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's like, I think that's a good part of James Marsden is like, he's not in the film compared to the first two films. He's not in it as much, but when he is there, though, James Marsden, Tom's character arc plays until later on. We get into spoilers. That's Sonic's character development because Sonic is like, you said, with Red Sun in a sense.
Before we get to spoilers, I want to address this comment because I think at this point we kind of got to get into spoilers because there's so much that I can tell we're both trying to say, but we're not saying. So, Laughing Man says you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. And all right, there is two things about this film musically has to be addressed. One, Traveling Wilburys is my favorite supergroup of all time. I was flabbergasted hearing Traveling Wilburys in this film, and it worked so well. Are you a Traveling Wilburys fan?
No, but my kid's just like, Dad, he goes, I heard about the Sonic film. He goes, my kid's like you. He's like, I want to hear if you recognize all the Sonic, the soundtrack. And my kid walked out smiling. He goes, because he knows the games like you. And he goes, I love the fucking soundtrack for this film, Dad. Like, he was so happy. Like,
so yeah, Traveling Wilburys, George. For those of you who don't know, if you're not big on classic rock, Traveling Wilburys is a super group made up of Jeff Lynne, Roy Orbison, George Harrison, and Tom Petty, and one other member of ELO whose name I can't remember. And their biggest song, the most famous song, is featured heavily in this film, and it's done to a perfect degree. But for those of you that are Sonic fans, Crush 40 finally makes their fucking debut in a Sonic movie. That's not a spoiler. It's been announced for a while.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you watching that have not seen the film and don't want to be spoiled, this is your official spoiler warning. We're an hour and a half into the stream. This is your official spoiler warning. We are going to talk about specific scenes, moments, motifs, ideas, things that happen to characters. It is time. If you need to mute the stream and come back at the 30 minutes from now when we extend the show, if you don't even want to be on or whatever, fair enough. For the next 30 minutes, it is spoiler time. Mute us if you want, because I would truly appreciate the watch hours and the likes and the super chats and stuff. But yes, we're going to be talking spoilers. If you don't care, fair enough, stick around. Let's go. Spoiler talk. PCL, lay it on me.
So I want to ask you, like, do you think that Shadow and Robotnik will ever come back? Because Jim Carrey has said he's retired, but he loves the character Robotnik. The young Robotnik has a very good character.
He also needs the money.
Well, yeah, which he doesn't. But the fact he said that shit because Jim Carrey's like the fucking gajillionaire. But my son, well, you know this, Leon, because I don't know as much lore as you guys. So apparently Shadow has these bracers on. He goes, Dad, when Shadow was fighting Sonic, he was holding back. My kid said he was
that's actually one thing the film does not do a good job of explaining, actually. So I'll lay it. So Shadow the Hedgehog is so powerful, and this is in-game lore. He has limiters on. He's got these energy limiters that he wears as bracelets. The film does not explain that at all. So only Sonic fans understand the importance of when he takes his limiters off.
Yeah, and when he did, holy shit. So my kid said the fact that Shadow took his limiters off and he had the Chaos Emerald, my kid's like, Shadow may not be deceased, but it's hard to say what they want to do with this character. I guess for Leon in the chat, that the problem I find, it's officially been greenlit for Sonic 4. Sonic 4 is going to happen. Simple as that. It's been our greenlit. I do wonder, like, I'm like with you, Len. I will watch 20 fucking Sonic films. You went from Sonic 1, basically Robotnik won his power. Sonic 2, we get Knuckles in the Chaos Emerald. Now we get to Sonic 3. Okay, the whole fucking plot is older Joe Robotnik has this big world engine. He can destroy the planet in one fucking hit. Where do you go from there? It's like now
this is something I thought I would have a problem with, by the way, because in Sonic canon, in game canon, Gerald is actually dead by these events. Gerald is not necessarily a bad guy. Gerald was always a good guy, more or less, and then after the death of Maria, he turns bad. You remember the scene where they have him in prison and stuff?
Yeah.
So he stays in that prison his whole life till he's executed. So in the game lore, Robotnik finds Gerald Robotnik's journal and pretty much just sort of carries on his work. So him still being alive and being evil and whatnot is an interesting change, but I think it's a change that works for the film.
Yeah. Well, so I would say, like, with Jim Carroll, younger Robotnik, he has arguably the best character arc because he does say that, if I can't rule the world, I can save it. Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's interesting. Is the destroy the world plot. In the game, Robotnik doesn't want because in the game Gerald's dead. So I get his motivation. I understand his motivation. I actually kind of like it. But in the game, Robotnik's using the Eclipse cannon as a threat. So the movie makes a joke about him, him and Tails and Knuckles accidentally destroying part of the moon.
Yeah.
Which in the game, Robotnik does that intentionally. He destroys part of the moon as a show of force and is like, look what I just did to half the moon. I will do this to Earth if you do not all submit to me as your ruler. So he doesn't really plan on destroying the Earth so much so as he plans on just using this as a way to make all humanity kneel before him. Which, to be fair, in the film, Robotnik still says, he's like, look at what we have. We can rule the world using this. And Gerald's like, nah, fuck you. I'm gonna blow everything up, including us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lore change that works for the film, but I can get why game fans might take exception to it.
Yeah. What's the thing with Shadow? When people see Shadow's arc, Shadow, and I love this where Shadow's like, man, he says to Sonic on the second viewing, he's like, I've been consumed by hatred for 50 years. I mean, imagine to hold on to this hatred for 50 fucking years. And he's like, and that's his redemption arc where, you know what? I'm going to help Sonic. And it hit with Shadow and Robotnik. They want to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. And I'm like, now with Jim Carrey's younger Robotnik, if you bring him back, like what do you play at this point? He's after 3 films, Leon, Robotnik had a redemption arc. If you bring him back, what do you plan on doing with him? There's nothing more to do with Robotnik, like Jim Carrey's Robotnik. Like I don't know.
Thankfully, Sonic does have more villains than just Robotnik. Robotnik is the key villain that appears game to game to game. There are now the most recent Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, I guess the most recent one is Sonic X Shadow Generations, but the one prior to that, Sonic Frontiers, did something very interesting in that Robotnik has always viewed his robots as tools, robots, whatever. In the most recent game, he makes an AI so advanced and it has a corporeal form and it's the form of a young girl that he begins to love it like a daughter. And by the end of the game, actually calls it his daughter. And so it would actually be interesting to see in the film that take shape, see Robotnik become a father, because that just happened in the games. And that's a very recent development. But if they're not going to do that, there are other villains in the Sonic Pantheon that can be used. And so while I would like to see Jim Carrey come back, he isn't necessary when they make these additional films.
Yeah, because I do wonder if, yes, video game fans do love these films, but remember, any kind of adaptation, you have to appeal to what people would call normies. And with the average normie, did you need Robotnik to be in every single film? And because Robotnik did have a character arc. Remember, the first one, he wanted Sonic's power. The second one, he had the Chaos Emerald. He tricked Knuckles. Now in the third film, he has his redemption arc where it's like, I don't want to destroy the Earth, where I want to save the Earth. And it's okay. What do you plan on doing with him anymore? I worry about it's so many times. It's the problem with Superman, Lex Luthor, man. But Lex Luthor wants to kill Superman. Yes, it's fine for 1 film, 2 films. After 45 fucking films, like pick a new villain. It's like, holy shit, you can't make. There's nothing more to do. I mean, because technically speaking, it's not Robotnik, but it's Gerald. Gerald Robotnik is the real villain of this film. It's not even Shadow.
Yeah, correct.
It's like,
and when it comes to Sonic, you can use Mephiles the Dark, you can use Chaos, you can use the Deadly Six. There are other options. Now, usually all these individuals do have ties to Robotnik, but they've already changed the lore enough. You could probably shortcut it and change it for sequels.
Yeah.
Speaking of the lore, let's talk about that mid-credit scene. This is the big thing.
Both my showings, the fucking audience said I had half sold out theaters, kids, adults, everybody, fucking people were just fucking.
I shit you not. My showing, the
kids like
of cheers was bigger than my showing of Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, people lost their shit. Yeah.
So I'm about to spoil the mid-credit scene.
We are an hour 40. No, we are an hour 40 minutes into the stream.
Yeah.
So,
the mid-credits, the mid-credit scene is Sonic alone in the wilderness, and an army of Metal Sonics show up.
He was in New York City or New York State Park.
Yeah. In New York State.
Awesome.
An army of Metal Sonics show up. Arguably Sonic's biggest enemy besides Shadow, Metal Sonic. And before Sonic can really try to take them on, a hammer comes out of nowhere, takes a bunch out.
That reminded me of remember fucking Thor in Infinity War? I'm telling you, I said both times, I'm just like, oh shit. Yeah,
Melee, we may need to get you on. In fact, if you want to hop in and join the last 20 minutes, we're going to send the show by an hour, but with Blue Collar here, I would look, because you're just so much of a Sonic fan.
Both screenings,
let me know
once
the
hammer swung around, the fucking pop, people both my theaters were fucking, the whole place was erupting, man. Like,
I am a Sonic fan through and through. My second favorite character in the entire Sonic pantheon is Amy. She's my second favorite Sonic character of all time. So when we saw the Amy reveal, you just did this. That was what I did. Literally in the theater. I went, because people are cheering and screaming. I didn't go that far, but I went,
oh shit.
I was over the moon that we got the half destroyed moon. The fucking Amy Rose reveal.
Well, because walking in, Leon, like I thought that this would be the end of a trilogy, because again, like Sonic, there's so much.
I thought so too.
I mean, I thought that this would be the final film, because it's like Shadow. How do you do better than Shadow and Joe Robotnik? Like, are they going to do any more? And I walked into a film expecting this would be a neat trilogy. And again, I'm not against. Said I'll watch 20 fucking Sonic sequels, but like most franchises nowadays don't want to delve past a third film. So I'm like. So these guys are teasing a fourth film. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, there's like my kids are Leon. He's like, Dad. He's like, they've got so much lore. You guys could do shit. You could do Silver. You could do fucking Rose. You could do. But my kids are like, Dad. These guys can make 9 sequels. But again, like I wasn't sure what they wanted to do with this franchise.
Let's talk. First of all, I gotta take care of something real quick. Give me one moment. It'll take like 5 seconds. Man the chat, BCL.
Little Miss Anonymous, Daxonar. So I don't remember what I did. I'm already heading to bed, just listening while I wind down. Hey, Melee, I have a great time. Have a great night. No, like I said, like, Leon's back. I wonder, some franchises, they overstay their welcome. But again, like I watch every Fast and the Furious film. If they
Melee, hit me up. If you're free Monday, come on Countercast.
Yeah.
DM me. Sorry.
My thing is, listen, if they can make 10 Fast and the Furious films, I'll watch fucking 10 Sonic films. But just like, but remember also too, we are in a current TikTok generation where the average audience member, like, I hope Sonic doesn't overstay its welcome. That's what I'm saying.
I am actually worried about that. I agree. So I think they're doing a good enough job in spacing every film out by about 2 years, give or take.
Yeah.
That we don't ever really feel like we're being inundated with content. Everyone that makes these films seems like they love them. They're passionate about them. They know the lore, and that is a that's a big part of what makes these as good as they are.
Yeah, no, I agree.
how many game references did you catch? Which ones did you catch? Because I caught a gazillion, and we're gonna go through them.
Oh, there's plenty, but I mean, I don't know as much Shadow lore as you did. I play the games. The current one I haven't played, but I do want to catch up on it. But I mean, the pop culture references, like at one point when they fucking break in, where Sonic's like, why don't we just get Tom Cruise? I bust out laughing.
Yeah, that's a fucking that's a not Top Gun, the other one,
Mission Impossible. Yeah.
Mission Impossible reference. All right, so yeah, it takes 2 years to make movies, absolutely. Yeah, Melee K, I add you to the list for Monday. So the when they are when Shadow and Maria are watching the old school 50s monster movie in the tent, do you remember that scene?
Yeah, definitely.
The monster in that monster movie is actually the final boss of Sonic Adventure 2.
That's awesome. Nice.
So there's a reference there.
Yeah.
Did you catch a particular anime reference?
I didn't. I'm sure you'll tell me though, but
It has to do with a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, well it's like a fucking Akira, which of course we know the trailer. The fact that was I said 6 months ago, like you said, Leon, with the fan feedback. When the Sonic 3 trailer came out, the fan feedback was fucking losing their shit. Where it's like, holy shit, Shadow's got the goddamn motorcycle and the gun. It's right off Akira. Holy shit! Like when they first fight in the well, it's in the trailer right there. They show it where they first fight in Tokyo. I'm like,
He did
shit,
the Akira slide, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and now. Excuse me. When they're jumping out of the helicopter to go into Tokyo, Sonic says a line. He says, talk about low budget flights, no movie, I'm out of here. And he and the team jump out. That is his opening line in Sonic Adventure 2, which is the game the game this film is based off of. So they literally pulled that line directly from the game. That was an amazing moment, but also let's see if I can just YouTube this right here. Because you will probably recognize this moment.
We'll get into too, like Jim Carrey does the fucking first fourth wall break in this fucking film, which I didn't see coming.
Yeah, which was interesting. In the moment, I didn't know how I felt about it, but looking back on it, it doesn't bother me particularly.
Because it's one scene. I mean,
now. This is the opening to the game Shadow the Hedgehog. There were multiple references to this opening cinematic in the film, but there's one in particular that really stuck out to me.
8K? God damn, bro.
Which is funny because this game came out on the fucking PS2. Also, before we do this, hey, catch another Star Wars World Purists. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Also, that's another positive about this film. All the references are not just member berries, they do service the plot.
Yeah.
So here's the intro to this game, and tell me how many references you catch now that you've seen the movie twice.
Right there, obviously. Yeah.
I mean, out the gate, there's one. The Shadow's introduction, not introduction, because he's already been introduced, but when he meets Sonic and them, it shows his shoes first, then he walks up rubble, and it cuts to him. Like, his introduction's this right here.
The ankle bracelets still, yep. And his red spike, the streak up there, yeah. Wow.
Now, in the intro, a car is thrown. Here, it was an alien throwing the car, but in the movie, a car is thrown. Knuckles catches it.
People didn't forget to with these animals but these characters. Knuckles, the fact that do you understand? Knuckles at one point, guys, he picks up a Humvee right with one arm. Do you understand how much does a fucking Humvee weigh? 4,000, 5,000 pounds. Knuckles with one shoulder press, and he's not even straight. It's so it's like me picking up this. No problem. Like Knuckles throws a fucking Humvee at Shadow, just like it's a fucking.
And his line is so good. 1,000,000%.
But people
he is 1,000,000% muscle.
Yeah, but people tend to forget how powerful these fucking characters are. I was like, dude, he's picking up a 5,000-pound vehicle with one arm, just on board. Like, dude, holy shit! Knuckles is more powerful than people give him credit for.
Dude, man, if you read the comics, the power scaling is insane.
Yeah.
Sonic is on par with with the Flash. He ran across the universe in matters of seconds, just like Barry Allen did.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. All these military dudes in the intro cinematic here are Gun, which is the main military force from the movie. They didn't make that up for the movie. Gun, Guardian Units of Nations, is from the games.
Yeah. Listen, Leon, for a 2005 game, this is fucking impressive.
Oh, well, and you want to know what's amazing? The guy that made the movie, Jeff Fowler, the director, worked on this animation.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so it's come full circle. He went from working on these games to working in Hollywood to making a movie that features the character that he made this cinematic for. It's like that is fan work at its best.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And the way he
like
moves.
All the teleporting, the way he just uses martial arts while teleporting, all of that is in the film to an expert degree.
Yes.
One step forward, 2 steps back. Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery. Step inside.
So this character right here, his name is different, but I think that's who the old man with the gray hair, General Wallace or Walter, whatever his name is.
Wallace,
I think he's supposed to be based off this character, but they did change his name.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They finally gave Eggman this outfit. It took 3 movies, but we finally have the modern full Eggman outfit.
And Jim Carrey, he said this was a couple years ago. He goes, if I come back for a 3rd film, I want to be Fat Robotnik. Then I'm like, that means Jim Carrey knows the fucking lore, because he said, he's like, I want to have the fucking belly suit and the big belly. And I'm like, how does Jim Carrey know about Fat Robotnik? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, even back in the first film,
dude, Super Shack. God damn.
He said he was not familiar. The reason he took the role was for his kids or his grandkids, because they were big Sonic fans, and so like I imagine he's been ingratiating himself with the lore for his grandkids' benefit. Also, the big ship coming in with that 50 banger, spreading Christmas cheer or whatever the fuck. Also, Sonic is hella gay.
Really?
My man with a plan. You didn't need to, but you did. We're gonna give you a little bit of some head banging, then we'll give you a clip. So bingo, bango, bongo. You didn't need to, but you did means the absolute wild to me. But we got to give you a little something. So let's give you, you know what? I don't know if Foxy Moxie's here tonight, so we'll give this to you instead. Probably my favorite clip of all of them I got.
Utram Shredder? Sounds Swedish.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Can't you guys be serious about anything?
I like how Gooch was Donatello.
So Gooch was the young Donatello from the old 80s cartoon, and ABF because he's such a because he works in IT is the more modern Donatello. Yeah, absolutely. Right here's the Eclipse cannon from the film.
Yep.
Right here.
Yeah.
So when Shadow has his first encounter with Sonic, and he's like, he can't take all of us, and then Shadow beats down everybody.
Yes.
The screen pans up, and Sonic is in that exact same position, drops, and says, he can't be all of us. It is shot for shot from this intro right here.
It's so weirdly like imagine a world where like creators respected the source material. What would that be like? I swear, man. It's almost like Henry Cavill in The Witcher. It's why he quit that goddamn show. It's like, oh man.
So disappointed that Leon Blue Collar Loser aren't wearing their personas while covering the new Sonic film.
I'm kind of drunk before work. No,
I'm trying to think. Man, there were so many other additional references. I've got this film was filled with them, so I'm trying to remember them all. Like normally I take notes, so I'm in the theater, and my dumbass went and forgot my notebook, so I didn't take anything down. The opening scene of them doing Sonic's birthday party is taken directly from Sonic Generations.
Nice.
Let's see.
What's the whole? We're in spoilers. The whole character arc with Tom.
Try again, everybody. There he is. All right, go for it. What was that?
Yeah. No. So the character. Well, so with Tom says that remember that this is just celebrating your birth, your Earth Day. But like that's the thing. When Iron Claw died for Sonic, like he didn't have anybody, but he had Tom, Donut Lord, and Shadow didn't have anybody, and that's why Tom is why Sonic is the way he is for versus Shadow was after Maria dies, he's just stuck in fucking suspended animation. And shows you having a father figure, a strong father figure. Again, imagine that in 2024, a strong father figure to get Sonic on the right track. My God, Tom is a great dad.
And not only that, but because so late in the film, Shadow fucks up Tom. Pretty much puts him on his deathbed. Obviously, it's a kid's movie. He gets healed, whatever.
I was wondering if he was going to die, though. Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think he would because kids film, but I did have that lingering thought in my head of like, man, if they were going to do something, this would be how they do it. Yeah. However, so Sonic begins, he becomes angry, goes and takes the power of the Emerald, and then we get the climax of the film where we get Super Sonic versus Super Shadow.
I timed it again. It's a 15 on my phone, Leon. Put my stopwatch on. It's a 15-minute sequence. From the second he gets
really,
yes, I timed it.
Did you see a straight up 15-minute fight scene?
Yes. I mean, from the second once Sonic gets the Chaos Emerald, it's from until when it ends, the powers down. It's 15 minutes. It's fucking. I loved every second of it, especially the second time.
It was like an anime fight scene. Like it really was.
It was Dragon Ball Z meets a video game.
Yeah, you're 100%, like, and the choreography. It's not just like here's CGI slop. Like it clearly was planned out. Every punch they throw punches, kicks. They do fucking counters. It doesn't shaky cam or anything. Like you are dialed in on the fight. It's legitimate martial arts, but again,
it's so much. This was Goku versus Vegeta.
Yeah, and then we get the shot of Sonic and Shadow on the moon together,
dude,
having that conversation about Shadow's past. And then it boils down to all those. They end up fighting a horde of robots to stop Robotnik. Again, all those robots from the game. Another game reference. All those robots are in Sonic Adventure 2. I cannot sing this film's praises enough.
Well, especially from whether you're a video game fan or not, when Sonic first fights Shadow, because Shadow's like, are they sending missiles at us? And no, this is Golden Sonic, and fucking Shadow hits him once and knocks the fucking Chaos Emeralds out of him, and actually they combine them.
Which is also a reference, but funnily enough, it's actually a reference to in Sonic 3, Knuckles does that. He's the very first person to ever be able to do it, but that didn't happen. So when they do it in the film, it is a reference, but it's a reference to the game where Knuckles did it, not Shadow. But yes,
but I'm like, because I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, Sonic, this is the problem I have. Well, not a problem, but like, I was from a narrative standpoint, okay. If you have the Chaos Emerald and Sonic in Sonic 2 when Golden Sonic, now he's basically invincible. How do you stop him? The fact that Shadow knocked the fucking Chaos Emeralds out of him, I was like, oh shit. And then when they showed, I'm like, are they really gonna do this? And I'm like, they panned off the fucking Shadow, and Shadow was basically pink,
and
almost
he's
like
golden.
I was like, oh fuck, they're going there. Oh shit.
I was blown away. Like they will, and they did this amazing shit. Like Sonic would punch Shadow once, he'd go flying so far, he'd be in Egypt, and then Shadow would punch Sonic, and they'd be in Rome, and then they do this pan out to the globe, and you're seeing this fight is taking place at hypersonic speeds across the entire Earth.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Yeah. And the payoff is too, like you said, it's like the part because they're basically at this point they're Shadow's stronger, but Sonic's faster. They're kind of at equal power level. And what sets it off was Tom, because he's like, you, and this was part of the character arc. Yes, Sonic 2 did have a character arc where Sonic getting his boys, but remember in the beginning when Shadow first beats Sonic, Sonic says, "Tails, I'm sorry, I'm still not used to this whole team up thing." He's just being a solo person, and Shadow's like, you care about your family, your friends. Why did you abandon them for? And Sonic is teetering the line of like, after how Shadow hurt Tom, he wants fucking revenge. Now Sonic wants revenge as much as Shadow wants revenge.
Shadow wants revenge.
Exactly. And I love that. But he's like, yeah, what was that person, that the human Tom? When Sonic hit him, dude, the impact of like the slow motion right in his fucking jaw. And I'm like, that was Sonic pissed. I'm like, dude, holy shit. Knocked him to the fucking moon.
There was, again, the emotional resonance in this film is really well done, because like we don't want to see quote unquote bad guy Sonic, but he teeters on that line. He's like, I will forsake every good thing I've done to fuck you up for what you did to my family.
Yeah.
And obviously you get to that moment of like, I'm the hero, I can't kill.
Yeah.
And they have their buddy moment, very akin to Batman v Superman. And honestly, I shouldn't say that. This was done way better than what was done in Batman v Superman. Yeah. But basically, this film succeeds where Batman v Superman fails. Batman v Superman's like, oh, where's Martha? Like, this is fucking gay thing. They have the same mother's name. In this, they're actually like, we have both experienced fucked up shit. Why don't we handle that together? And it works to an insane degree.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for a kids film. I mean, obviously, okay, like it's cliche, but I don't care. It works for the film, where it's like Sonic is about to fucking almost kill Shadow, and Shadow's like, "Go ahead, do it, just end me." He wants, because Shadow is so consumed by anger and pain, he wants to die. And Sonic's like, you know what? Then he gets a flashback. His flashback of Tom in times, like having Tom as a surrogate father is like, you know what? I'm not this person. And like, and their moment where Shadow looks up and Shadow sees this fucking stars and he goes, last time I seen this was 50 years ago. And when the sun sets and you show Shadow and Sonic
next the film does a good point of driving that home, by the way. Shadow has been in suspended animation with these thoughts for 50 fucking years.
And I'm like, that's why it's so deep for it. And like, you see they're sitting on the moon together, the sun rises and Shadow and Sonic on the moon, and next you know they go like this. They do the whole fucking Goku Vegeta like right here, and then they both, as they power up at the same time, it's like watching fucking DBZ. And I'm like, oh shit.
And the line is because like Sonic's all like, gotta go fast, and Shadow goes, don't tell me you've got your own catchphrase. And again, we get another fourth wall break. It was like, I do, and the people love it. Like, we do love it, man. We do. Everyone knows gotta go fast in the Sonic catchphrase. And we do fucking love it. Like,
in that entire sequence, man, especially the second time when they're fucking fighting all robots, and Leon, you've seen this, the slow motion at one point, the camera zooms out, they show Shadow and Sonic gold powered, and it stops, and they're both just like into the fucking camera. The whole audience lost it, man. It was such a video game moment, but it worked for the film.
So, and while all this is going on, Crush 40 Live and Learn is playing. And if you're not a Sonic fan, it just sounds like another rock song. But if you are a Sonic fan, you know this is the band that's been doing the Sonic music since 1999. And they weren't in the first film. So in the first Sonic film, when you remember the scene where Eggman puts on his playlist and he plays the song Evil Grows. So you see when he's choosing a song, you see Crush 40's name, but he doesn't choose them. Sonic 2, no Crush 40. People were like, what the fuck? This is a Sonic film. Give us Crush 40. And here we are in the third film, and they give us not only Crush 40, but arguably the most well-known Crush 40 song of anything they ever did for Sonic.
Yeah.
Now, that said, we've hit the 2-hour mark. You've got work very soon. Are you able to stick around?
No, one more hour. I'm good for an hour.
Okay, cool. Chat. So many of you have donated. Hayden, Spitfire, Big Ship, Dax, Gooch, Jake Martin, Sons and Shadows. This is the part of the show where we do extend the show for an hour, bring others on. Let me know if you want the link. I will also bring newbies on that have never been in chat before. So Cinevere, you're a newbie. If you want the link, let me know. Some of you that came over from Smash's show, if you want the link, let me know. I will send the link, bring everybody on that wants to up to a certain amount. We can still manage the stream. Hayden says, give me a link. Hayden, you getting a link, motherfucker. We will probably we're done with spoilers. We will just give our final numbers when BCL comes back of the Sonic review. Just give our number on the Sonic review. Why we think people should see it, and we'll go from there. Dax, shoot me the link. Hayden, I just sent it to you. Dax, I will send it to you on X. Cinevere, I will send it to you. Let's see. Let me find Dax on here. And we will go for one more hour with an additional show. There's no program required. I just send you a link. You click the link and you join. It's that simple. It's not difficult at all. Release the blue collar loser cut. Yeah, anyone that wants the link, let me know in chat. Anyone that donated first or is a first time viewer, then we will extend from there. No Leona tonight, which is A-okay. First time in a while we can hit Leona, but hey, yeah, that's sometimes you get tired of that bitch. Yeah, Cinevere is just in the browser exactly. And yeah, I sent it to you on Discord, Cinevere, exactly.
New cups now. Okay, we're hour 2. So awesome.
While we're waiting for folks to show up, because I did just send 3 links, Blue Collar, what rating would you give this film and why? We'll go from there.
Okay, well, like I'll tell people, listen, it's like if this is Sonic 3, right? If you didn't like Sonic 1 and 2, this won't change it for you. Simple as that. It's like people say, well, how do you like Fast and Furious 10? If you didn't like 1 through 9, don't watch part 10. It's simple as that, guys. As a Sonic fan, this is, to me, is a fucking 10 out of 10. If you didn't like part 1 and part 2, this won't get you to the franchise. I do think that out of all 3 films, this is the best one out of the franchise. And I love part 1 and part 2. Trust me, they're great films. But like, this is how franchises should work. Part 1's good. I think part 2 is better with Knuckles and Golden Sonic. I think part 3 is even fucking better than the first 2. Will part 4 be better? I'm not sure. But like, out of all 3 Sonic films, this is my favorite in the trilogy so far.
Yep. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I'm gonna say as a film, probably like a 7. I mean, as a film, because it's the right mix of like anime, action. The pacing's fantastic. The comedy with Jim Carrey is fantastic. As a Sonic fan, I can't see any Sonic fan finding anything wrong with this movie.
I would agree. As a film on its own, I actually think this is probably narratively the best Sonic film. It doesn't really suffer from too many plot holes. There are a couple things they do that is not explained at all that you would have to be a fan of the games to understand. So as a film on its own, I will actually call this an 8 out of 10. It is probably it's not the best film of the year, but so far it is my favorite film of the year. We'll see how Nosferatu goes on Christmas, because I do plan on saying that. But as a Sonic film, specifically Sonic, 9 out of 10. And I am going to delineate between the two. To be clear, BC also likes Zenitsu. Hey, Zenitsu is my favorite character in Demon Slayer, at least of the main trio. So I'm not going to say shit. Where the fuck is Bishop? I want to hear his fake accent again. Bishop, if you're watching, I'll send you the link if you want it.
I mean, I'll just say that.
I like Shadow. Can't wait to see it. You're going to love it, Grunge Head.
Yeah.
So let me jump in here real quick.
Go for it. We're done. It's time to extend. We're done with our part. Go for it, Hayden. Also, I think this is your first time on, maybe your second. Welcome, brother.
First time on. Yeah.
I'll show up.
Welcome. Countercast proper, but I'm happy to have you here. Jump in, lay it on us, buddy.
All right. So, as a Sonic fan, my first console was a Genesis. And I was playing Sonic whenever I was like 3 years old. I was playing Sonic and Super Mario Bros. Right. And so I grew up with Sonic. I played all of the games up until like maybe Sonic Adventure 2. I think after that was when I started kind of dropping out a little bit. but I love the story. I love Sonic. I love the characters.
Yeah.
Sonic 3 coming out is what just inspired me to buy Sonic X Shadows Generation. I just bought it the other day.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of the Sonic stuff. I was just starting as I like unmuted and came back over to stream and realized you guys were bringing people on. I started the Shadow story, and you know what's mentioned within the first 5 seconds? Maria.
Maria?
Yeah.
Maria is mentioned within the first 5 seconds in the cutscene of starting the Shadow story.
I gotta say real quick to what Hayden, you mentioned Sonic 3. Leon, remember this? Remember Genesis where they had fucking Knuckles? They had Sonic and Knuckles. You had to put the fucking cartridge on top of the cartridge and go back through Sonic 2 and play through as Knuckles.
Here's the difference. I was
awesome.
So my granny was a gamer, right? And that's how I got into gaming, was through my granny. My granny was a PC gamer, like a fucking G. And so I had the PC ports of the PC port of Sonic 3, which had it all in one already. So I didn't ever have to have the extensions and whatnot. I was able to play Sonic 3 in its completion, just in its entirety, because it was on PC instead of Genesis. And let me fucking tell you, that shit was the tits. Also, Cinevere, also first time on the show. Girly, between you and Hayden, I'm so stoked to see new people. How are you doing?
Oh, I was doing good. Can you even hear me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I was doing good until I heard you like Zenitsu, and now like my opinion of you just plummeted.
To be fair, Zenitsu falling asleep is a badass.
Oh, well, if you don't like my comment, you can suck my dick because Zenitsu sucks. He's such a bitch baby. Please don't ever say that in front of me.
Dax, Hayden, what do you guys think about Zenitsu?
Hey man, let's not get off topic, man. With Sonic Hype Train's got to roll, but if you really want to know,
oh, I'm throwing down, bitch. Let's go.
Well,
well,
subjectively, I very much enjoy Zenitsu's dumb fuckery, but I understand why people think he's an annoying bitch because he is. I don't know. I'm wired.
Sorry, he's better when he's asleep. I know that's like the typical male form, like the best one, but he really didn't need to embody it.
Yeah.
What about you, Hayden?
I think I fit with Dax right here. I'm like, Zenitsu's fine. Like, yeah.
Oh, he's such a basic bitch.
Okay, but how do you feel about Inosuke? That's the real question.
I love him.
Yes, I got a great story about Inosuke. So we'll get back to Sonic stuff in a moment, but I have nothing but respect for the actor that plays Inosuke in the English dub, because I went to this con where he was a guest, right? And I went with my best friend and her boyfriend, my wife at the time. And my best friend had some massive medical issues, and she ended up having a one of her medical issues at the con. Had to have an ambulance called, had to leave, the whole nine. And she was only there to meet him, and she didn't get to. So I stood in line for fucking 6 hours to get this dude's autograph for her. So I'm finally there with him, and I'm like, hey, no offense, this isn't for me. It's for my friend. I want to get, autograph for her. He's like, oh, can I send her a get well video? Because he had heard that an ambulance had been called and that someone needed to be hauled off property and whatnot. I was like, well, that'd be awesome. Yeah. And so I give him my phone, and what he does in character, he goes, hey, get out of bed. You can't train if you're in bed. And like, that was his get well.
I could argue that.
Get the fuck off her ass being in the hospital. I'm like, holy shit, what a baller.
That's awesome. My rating just jumped up 2 points based on the voice actor.
Oh, yeah. No.
Response.
I'll say I don't do dubs, but I do give them props for how awesome they are at conventions.
Yeah, he was super cool. He didn't need to do that at all. I love, like, 'cause that could go bad. Like, someone's in the motherfucking hospital. The fact that he was willing to like take that risk based. Anyways, back to what you were saying, Hayden, about being a Genesis fan, just getting Sonic Generations, Sonic Shadow Generations. Oh, we lost Dax. It's fine. It's probably my second favorite game of the year so far.
I'll say this.
How you feeling?
With Sonic 3 coming out, I have not seen Sonic 1 and 2, but with what they've done with it, I haven't watched them yet. But with what they're doing with Sonic 3, it makes me want to watch 1 and 2 so I can watch 3 and have the full, continuity of the story that they're telling in the cinematic universe.
The first one it's a good film, but it's very much a family road trip sort of film. Sonic is in character, Robotnik's in character, but it doesn't quite feel like the games. Sonic 2 is when it starts to actually feel like games, and then 3 just goes off the rails. This is a video game movie, and the progression feels natural.
Like I said, I had you guys muted and up on the side screen while I was playing like Sonic Generations, and but once I saw I had to come on and jump in here because we've been trying to find a time to stream together, and hey, it's a week that I'm home. So I was like,
awesome. And is it a full week?
I'm let's see. I got here on Thursday. I drove from work, and then next Thursday I drive back to work.
Well, shit, if you're free Monday, come on Countercast proper. We'll get you on dude, if you want me to add you to the list, is it 3:00 Central Standard Time? I don't know if you're available then, but if you are, let's get you on Countercast proper.
I should be. So yeah, there might be some random noises going on throughout the house, but send me a link. I'll come hang out.
I will add you to the list right now, and I'm pretty sure that maxes out the panel.
Nice.
But yeah, no, Sonic Adventure is not just my favorite Sonic game, but like I said earlier, it's my favorite game of all time. So I mean, if that was around you said that Adventure 2 was the last one you played.
Yep. I was Adventure 2. And then after that, I fell out of them a little bit because I got more into, after that, it was more into Halo, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it went down the FPS route that the later 2000s took everybody down. So.
And now, are you still on Marvel Rivals train? Have you kept that hype going?
I have not, but I am now currently on my new PC. So I played Marvel Rivals on PS5, and I hate playing on controllers unless I'm playing something like Sonic, right? Like if I'm playing a shooter,
you need controllers for sure.
Exactly. I'm playing a shooter with Marvel Rivals. I have to be on PC, and I just set up my new PC, and I've downloaded Marvel Rivals. So.
Yeah, I played it today for about an hour. It's I kept playing Hulk, but I wanted to see what the Spider-Man controversy was in Punisher, and people are killing out Hawkeye. It's not bad.
Doctor Strange is fun as hell.
Well,
dude, I've been seeing so many plays of Doctor Strange Spider-Man combos where Doctor Strange will open a portal over a ledge and Spider-Man just start yanking people off and getting 5 kill combos. Jesus Christ, this is awesome. Because that's the reason I want to play was for Spider-Man. I need to upgrade my GPU.
Wait a minute. There was a clip of somebody who played Doctor Strange, and they opened a portal right in front of the enemy door and then had the second portal over the end of the abyss, and they all died. It was epic.
I love the past 2 weeks. Fucking Jeff the Land Shark has pissed off the internet.
I love
Jeff. Is a bitch. Fuck Jeff. Jeff can die. In the most gruesome way possible.
Whoa! In Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Smash JT. If you watch this later, we're not talking about you since that's your real name. But also, fuck you. You can die, Mr. 100,000 subscribers. Fuck you. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
Sonic Man, everybody. Let's keep it positive. Come on.
I come in swinging, but you just kind of ran away with it now, didn't you?
Again, I don't give a fuck. It's a free speech show. You can say faggot, you can say nigga. I don't care.
I know. Getting to say faggot has been so relieving.
Oh my god.
Oh, the good old faggot
word that the internet has now. I can show something off. I was gonna show it on Dermy's stream earlier, and I didn't, but I can show it here.
Oh, he's stripping, boys. He's stripping. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have money on me. Hold on.
Hold on. There we go. Full screen. Oh, look at that.
Squad. It's Medica merch.
Very nice swag.
Let's go.
Exactly. I needed that in high school. Bully the week.
Bully the week.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck that anti-bullying shit.
For real, it helps you grow as a person.
It does.
Sure.
It does.
Only once in my life has a comment made me mad, and I can imagine the other 99 million fucking times is because I was bullied and like I don't give a fuck anymore. The one time a comment made me mad was when somebody said that I don't know about Spider-Man. And I was like, motherfucker, I'm gonna read Spider-Man comics when I was 4. You don't get to tell me. I got viscerally angry. I was like, you don't get to tell me I don't know what fucking Spider. Like, I've known Spider-Man for like 30 fucking years. What the fuck do you mean I don't know Spider-Man? I got viscerally angry reading that. And I was like, okay, take a step back.
Don't you challenge my nerd card?
Yeah. So my graduating class was 14 people, and I was the only one into like nerd culture and nerd shit.
Bro, same.
So how much for Leona we up to?
Leona caps at the 2-hour mark. So even if we hit it, no Leona at this point. But that said, Film Comics Explained, my boy Niat coming in at 20 banger for Sonic, for the panel, for the chat, most importantly, for a chance to see Leona. I truly appreciate it. The cap is a 2-hour mark. Absolutely, maybe next week we shall see. But my man, thank you so much. You coming in with that 20 minutes? Let's see. We got to get you a clip. What clip would be good for Niat? You know what? Since we were talking about Spider-Man, I'm gonna give you 2 for the 20 banger. First, we're talking about Spider-Man because you have this one. It inspired me to do something very similar. I cut it a bit differently, but I did love this clip so much. So thank you, Niat.
Find Peter Parker.
Who the hell are you?
Spider-Man.
And then we will also give you the Atreus clip.
I just super love sucking dick. When I haven't for a while, I get needy.
Brilliant. I love it.
Man, thank you so much. That is the inspiration I need to watch Prometheus before the stream tomorrow.
Well, Leon, like the chat said, the best Spider-Man is Miles Morales.
Wait, you're watching Prometheus? Why?
So our boy Film Comics Explained has been doing an all Predator and Alien films in chronological order stream every week. Tomorrow we hit Prometheus and not chronological order, release date order. My bad. Yay! I haven't seen Prometheus since it came out in fucking theaters. So
you seen it in theaters? Wow.
Well, I saw it at the drive-in. In fact, like, because I'm lucky enough to live like 30 minutes from a drive-in, and it's $7 per person per car, and it's always a double feature.
Yeah, ours is $10.
I don't remember what the second film was, so I saw it real cheap. But even then, I want my $7 back. Like,
and I used to have a Honda Ridgeline whenever I lived near a drive-in theater.
Ugh.
And the way that my bed was set up in the back of the truck, it was perfect to like throw some pillows down and just chill for that 4 hours, watch a double feature for like $10 a person. Like, dude, man, I miss it.
My favorite double feature that the drive-in ever showed were 2 films that should not have gone together. It was Blades of Glory and Ghost Rider.
Now that's a banger.
Jesus Christ.
I would so show up to that shit.
Because why not?
I'm pretty sure it was. I think they also did like, was it Spider-Man and Anger Management? I definitely saw both those at the drive-in, but I don't remember if that was the double feature. Yeah, it was.
Jameson was on the poster for the other movie.
Daredevil and Anger Management. So I saw Ben Affleck's Daredevil and Adam Sandler's Anger Management together back to back.
Did you hear that shit with like Ryan Reynolds said they cut Nick Cage out of Deadpool and Wolverine because of the budget? Like it did $1.5 billion, bro. I mean the budget. Like Nick Cage isn't commanding that much money, is he? Like
I didn't know that. I knew they cut She-Hulk out, but I didn't know about Nick Cage.
Yeah, they said
I thought he would do something like that for free.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, they had to pay him by scale, but that's what I'm saying. Like Ryan Reynolds said, they had a whole scene with Nick Cage's Ghost Rider, but they couldn't afford it. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, are you serious? Like,
you said
I
Nick
feel like
Cage.
there's more to that.
I was thinking Luke Cage for the Marvel series because I'm retarded. I was like, wait,
he's kind of mad.
Gonna be in... I'm sorry, I'm dumb. You know, it's funny you bring that up though because like there's actually a lot of parallels between this recent Sonic film and Deadpool and Wolverine, and that it is unabashedly for the fans.
I'd say
I would
this
go so
one.
far as to say that the story in Sonic 3 is actually stronger than Deadpool and Wolverine, though.
Well, that definitely, I'd say so. More of a sensible script, even if some things are pretty goofy, like that gravity floor scene. I don't know how y'all felt about that, but I'm like, okay, why is this the last?
I want to hear too much. I want to hear too much.
I'm not going to give any spoilers about it. However, Dax, here's what that was. That was a reference to Sonic Adventure 2's last level, where you've got the different gravity floors that have you either stuck to the ground or up on the ceiling.
Yeah, you have to jump to get to the different floors as you're going through the level.
So that scene is a comedic reference to the final level, Crazy Gadget, I believe, of Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
And yeah, Film Comics Explained is correct. Deadpool and Wolverine didn't have a story. It was just a vehicle for cameos.
Yeah, but I was fine with that.
Wow, you really need that nerd button.
Bye.
Nerd!
Yeah, that one. You get it, Doc.
I don't have that, but I do have this, which is how all the cameos made me feel.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
There's only one blade, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude,
oh my gosh.
That was such a shot at Marvel. That was absolutely a shot,
dude. So was the Gambit. What's his name?
Oh goodness.
Channing Tatum.
Tatum cameo. The thing that they were gonna do fucking 15 years ago, and then they just never did.
I sent it to you.
BCL sent me this, which is fucking funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
The editing here is expertly done, and then we'll talk about this. Well, we'll get everybody on the panel. So these are some of the films for 2025.
I'm trying to zoom in.
What's everybody excited for? We got here. Let's do this. Open image in a new tab.
Oh, sweet.
Well, Liam, recently, I like The Accountant with Ben Affleck. I think it's a good film.
Well, so let's start top row. Is there anything on the top row that anyone's excited for?
Oh yeah, Snow White. I want to see that bomb.
Yes, I'm in the same boat. Like, I might actually start reviewing things just because, like, that's gonna be content gold.
Oh gosh, yes.
What do you think will lose more money, Snow White or Captain America: New World Order?
I don't think anybody's gonna watch Captain America. I think that there will be some people that go see that, but Snow White's probably gonna be the bomb. Like,
yeah, between the two, I think Snow White's gonna be the bigger bomb. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, you have people who are still hopeful for Captain America to still be good, especially since they're saying that Chris Evans and stuff is supposed to be coming back in some form or fashion. So
that's gonna be an Avengers movie, but yeah, you're incredibly correct.
But see, I just want to say real quick, I'm on the side of, like, I think Snow White will bomb harder, but that's the one that I'm gonna see. I don't care about Captain America at all.
Wait, are you okay? When you say C, do you mean high C's? You're gonna pirate it, or are you actually gonna go to the theater for Snow White?
Listen, if something falls off a truck, it falls off a truck. That's all I'm saying.
First of all, Dax, do you have anything on this top row you want to see? I've never even heard of Sinners or
Fuck
Alto
no.
Night.
What's Alto Night?
It's all crap. It's all dog doodoo.
Yeah.
I got like what? What the fuck is Sinners? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what Sinners and Alto Nights are.
I've heard none of these. Yeah, these are wild.
Scroll down, man. This is garbage tier.
Yeah, because
Row 2, there is a film I'm very excited for, but I'll get your guys' thoughts first. We'll start with Dax Star, then we'll go up. So, Dax, is there anything on Row 2 you're interested in?
What? What are we talking about?
Row 2 here.
Nothing
Minecraft,
exciting.
Mickey, Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible. Is there anything on Row 2 here you're excited for?
Oh, Row 2. Well, Minecraft looks like the most fucking embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
So cringe.
I don't know what Mickey is, but apparently it's the 17th one, so maybe it's very prolific. I don't know. We got the Accountant 2.
You've not heard of the Mickey saga?
The Mickey saga, yeah. The Accountant 2. Well, it was
actually
good
an
enough.
adaptation of Kingdom Hearts, but
It can't do any worse than Kingdom Hearts 3 did.
Oh my gosh.
I'm skipping the Accountant because fuck, I got nothing for that. Thunderbolts. Jesus Christ! Like, just getting together the most D tier of D tier. Who gives a fuck? Marvel side characters. Yelena sucks. Red Guardian sucks.
Yelena Belova sucked even in the comics. Why the fuck do they think she can care? Anyway, sorry, continue.
I don't know. Like
They're hoping for lightning in the bottle a second time.
Yeah, I guess. Mission Impossible. I heard the last one was not very great from Mahler, who's
I liked it.
Yeah, well,
it's the only thing that I think I'll probably see on the second row.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the one I would probably ever bother to see. But yeah, second row is just dog water too. Let's move on. Fuck all that.
What about you, Cinevere? Is there anything that that you're gonna see on the second row?
Okay, so you know what really sticks out to me?
What's that?
How much money I'm gonna save next year. So like I've heard of none of these. Yeah, so it's just like, you know what? I have like a backlog of anime and video games. I think I'm good. What the hell is Mickey 17?
Okay. Before anyone goes on, that's actually the only film on this row I'm excited for. Mickey 17 is being made by Bong Joon-ho, the guy that did Parasite. It is a Robert Pattinson film where he basically plays an android. The reason he's Mickey 17 is an android named Mickey. He's the 17th model, and it's supposed to be like some sort of cyberpunk dystopian future sci-fi film directed by Bong Joon-ho, starring Robert Pattinson. It was delayed to 2025. It was actually supposed to come out this year. Yeah. I was stoked for it, and it got pushed back. So I'm actually very excited for Mickey 17.
Yeah.
So it was Sum Ding Wong.
I don't know. Parasite was a great film. He's a good director. I think that this is going to be an actual film, actual cinema. Yeah. Maybe I'll end up being wrong, but this is the only thing I am excited for.
Because he's 17, because he keeps getting killed over and over and over again. So this is the 17th time he's been killed.
Yeah, the other units do. He's the 17th unit, and it's his turn to go out on whatever the sci-fi space mission is.
Right.
Okay.
So
Hayden, what about? Oh,
sorry.
No, you're good. Hayden, what about you? Anything on this middle row?
If you want to see Robin Pattinson die repeatedly, go see Mickey 17.
Fair enough.
You know, that's a good endorsement. Yeah.
If you really hate Edward from Twilight, this is the movie for you.
Yeah, it's
how dare you fucking sparkle?
He's a good actor.
No, I do. I honestly think he's like a solid ass Batman, but neither here nor there.
I still have problems with him sparkling.
So, again, it like I liked Dead Reckoning. I thought that it was a good Mission Impossible movie. I thought the title was shit. Dead Reckoning Part 1. They
calling this one the Final Reckoning instead of Dead Reckoning Part 2. That's a strange choice. Like because I saw a trailer for it actually at Sonic 3. So I was like, oh, because I didn't see Dead Reckoning. Was it good? Because the only Mission Impossible movie I like is Ghost Protocol, the one with Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Ghost Protocol. That's
Shotgun Arms.
In my movie that I've seen I like.
So I think there's like maybe 2 bad Mission Impossible movies. The rest of them I enjoy.
Is one of them number 2? Because number 2 is fucking terrible.
No. 2 is one of the ones that I don't like.
Okay. Good.
But like Dead Reckoning is I thought it was a good movie. And then changing it to Final Reckoning, okay, fine, whatever. But this movie clearly needed a second part. But to call it Part 1, Part 2 was a strange way to approach it. And I'm fine with the title change, and I'll probably see Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. As far as the rest of the stuff on like row 2, as far as I see right now, Snow White and Minecraft are going to be content gold.
Aren't they though?
Oh yeah.
Aren't they though? Oh, I can't wait.
That's
here's
I might
the thing.
be seeing a lot more movies next year.
There is actually potential for a Minecraft film, and like the fact that they squandered such potential that badly based on the trailers is actually hard, because I think you could actually do a good Minecraft movie. I really do.
Yeah, I guess. There's the whole Ender lore and all that you could dive into. There's plenty of like references you could make a la Sonic to all the weird like Herobrine stuff. Like, more so than just getting Jack Black to be a fucking goober.
And they decided to take that opportunity and shit on it.
They wasted Jason Momoa. I can already tell.
They
I don't like Jason Momoa as is, so I'm okay with him being a fat loser piece of shit.
He was such a dude, bro.
Blue collar loser. BCL. What do you think of this second row? Is there anything you're going to be saying?
Like some chat would say, for Thanksgiving, we Netflix, we all watch The Accountant, and I do think it's a solid film. J.K. Simmons is fantastic in The Accountant. It's a good action film. I'm not sure. There's been no marketing for part 2, but I'm curious to see what John Bernthal and Ben Affleck would do. And like,
John Bernthal's in it. That's interesting. I do like him.
Has there been any marketing for The Accountant too? Because I didn't even know this was coming out.
Exactly. That's why I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do. But okay. And like Hayden said, Mission Impossible, the biggest problem, like we talked with Lance, is that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, the entire marketing was about that jump. What's the storyline? Don't care. The jump. Like we seen, there was a 15-minute documentary on the fucking jump. We get it, Tom Cruise. You're doing a jump. That was the entire goddamn film.
That's all I ever saw. To be fair, that's why I didn't see the movie, because all I saw was them talking about the stunts, and like, that's cool, but what the fuck is the movie about? I think it's something about a bio.
It's about Tom trying to steal something.
Yeah.
No, that's every Tom Cruise movie though. Every Tom Cruise movie is about his biggest stunt that he did in the film.
Exactly. That's why they can't put final on it, because that would indicate an end, and they don't want to give him up because they don't care how old he is. He's dumb enough to actually do the stunts.
He's brave enough to actually do the stunts. Like I love that he does his own stunts.
There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
To be fair, Cinevere, I used to be a supreme Tom Cruise hater, but post-COVID, when he's like, no, we're making films, we're making them for the fans, fuck everyone and everything, the way that he showed appreciation for moviegoers, I'm like, you know what? I may hate the majority of your films, but I like what you stand for, so I'm willing to give you benefit of the doubt based on that alone. So I can see where Hayden's coming from.
Leon.
Well, hold on now. I'm not saying he's not a good actor. I did indeed love him in Tropic Thunder.
I don't think Tom Cruise is a good actor 9 times out of 10.
Oh yeah, and I have no idea, or I have no doubt, I'm sorry, that this will be an excellent movie that has Tom Cruise in it, but it's not really Mission Impossible anymore. It's, ooh, look what he can do. Yay. No, there's no finesse.
Hayden, about to argue. Hold on, let's hear your argument, Hayden.
Yeah, so what do we call it now? Dead Reckoning, I guess.
Like the Final Reckoning.
No. The one that's already out.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning. Yeah,
that's true.
It was a great.
Last Samurai is good. I'll give you that, Grunge.
Yeah,
it was super fun to watch. Like I had a good time watching that movie.
Yeah,
and Tom Cruise, like, yes, a lot of the selling point of that is him doing his own stunts and stuff. But Dead Reckoning itself, you have several moments in the movie that are significant and matter to the story that's happening. And it ends with a cliffhanger. And it's just, it was a fun movie to watch. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I would ask the panel, does everyone here think that Jackie Chan is a good actor?
No.
Oh, not a good actor.
Yeah,
he's good at action, yes.
Yeah.
Here's why. I'm going to push back. Here's why Jackie Chan's a good actor. If watch his Chinese films where they're all dubbed over and shit, he is actually a dramatic actor. Then watch his American shit, he's doing comedy, doing it to an excellent degree. Comedy is so much harder to do than drama. The fact that he has the range to do both, yes, Jackie Chan is a good actor.
I'll give you that.
100%. Like Jackie's ability to draw people in with just the expressiveness of his face, like I mean, obviously he's a goated martial artist, so he just puts that into like his facial expressions, and it's all gravy. Like,
well, I just
I
gonna
think,
say, yeah, sorry. I mean, as a teenager, Jackie Chan for me was known as the guy who does his own stunts. And Tom Cruise, I never knew anybody who considered Jackie Chan a great actor. He was the guy who does his own stunts. Every single Jackie Chan film, you watch the after credits, him doing his own stunts. Tom Cruise has become that, like, is he a great actor? I'm not sure, but the fact that a Western actor is doing his own stunts has become more transcendent than his acting ability.
But also, I mean, watch the Police Story films. The Police Story films are like legitimate hardcore cop films. Obviously, they're a bit over the top, like an Arnie film or whatnot. But there's, I mean, I don't know. Jackie Chan, there's very few celebrities that I can only think of one celebrity in my entire life that it actually hurt me when they passed, and that was Stan Lee. Jackie Chan's going to be the other one. Well, when Jackie Chan eventually, dies, I'm gonna be like, fuck, we just lost Jackie Chan. I love him. I do. Also, Mike, did you say for a 2-banger, show the feet Dax? We may do a feet pick of Dax prior when the show ends.
I want to see your feet, Dax.
We may need a bit more than a 2-banger. I'm gonna be real. A 2-banger for feet, I don't know. We'll see.
fucking
final thoughts on the second row before we go on to the third.
My final thoughts are fuck Mikey Doucet.
Straightforward to the point. I'm here for it.
Speaking of Jackie Chan, so in this row we got Karate Kid Legends, From the Story of John Wick, Ballerina, Leo, How to Train Your Dragon live action, and 28 Years Later, which should be 28 months, but fuck it, whatever. It's what it is. I don't give a shit. Anyway.
No. 28 months doesn't like. I fall into the opinion. So I'm somebody who I love 28 Days Later. I think 28 weeks later is far worse.
Hey, was it you that said on Countercast this past week that the reason is because 28 months is actually a very short period of time, and so it makes sense to go with years?
I've said that a couple of times, but I don't know if I said it on Countercast, but I have said it a couple
someone
of times.
said that chat at Countercast. I thought it was you, maybe not. Also, real quick, Mikey Doucet for a 10-banger, Dax's feet. Okay, that's 12 total. Before the show wraps, we'll give Dax's feet. I want to get the chance of the panel to say their piece. Before the show wraps, we'll give you some Dax feet. Continue, my friend.
So no, I'm a fan of the 28 franchise as it's becoming, and man, they released a masterclass of a trailer. And
yes, the trailer was fucking
good.
Great.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see this movie. It's probably the movie I'm most excited to see next year.
Really?
Again,
okay. I can see why based on that trailer. That actually is fair.
I love 28 Days Later. 28 Weeks Later, like I said, kind of fell off for me a little bit, but for 28 Years Later, I think it makes more sense to do years than months, because months is not very long. Months is you're still stuck in the same storyline of weeks. But 28 years later, you get into a new type of world.
Okay, now how do you justify that, knowing so 28 years later is actually going to be effectively a reboot? It's the first in a trilogy, and the second and third films are going to be led by Nia DaCosta instead of Danny Boyle. Does that diminish your interest at all, or like how do you reconcile that?
No, because the thing is, I think that like the story of this world is something that I'm interested in, and the fact that now we're looking at 28 years later, the world has changed. It's become something different. It's not the same world that was just recently ruined. And that's what we got in Days Later and Weeks Later. Now we're years later. And
my question is, how do you reconcile that, knowing that this is now turning into a franchise and the director of the next two after years is Nia DaCosta, and that it's almost being treated like content as opposed to these very almost art house zombie films?
So I'm just hoping that they stay true to the story of the world, and that they continue to, progress through this in a way that, we see something different every time. Because once again, I didn't really like 28 Weeks Later that much. I like it took away the fear factor that was in the first film.
Okay. I can't argue that. I like 28 Weeks Later, but it is a notable step down from Days. I mean, I completely agree.
And so,
yeah,
I'm not even thinking about the fact that it's Nina DaCosta. I'm just hoping that they stay true to what that world would have become later on. And I hope that they're able to like set up a story and build that story out over these next couple of films that they're going to do.
All right, fair enough. So is anyone else excited for 28 Years Later? Because I'm be real, I am. I think the trailer, again, I'm right there with you. Is a masterclass in trailer. Now, does that equate to a good film? I guess we'll see. But 28 Years Later,
I have a question.
Go for it.
Has anybody actually stopped to see if it has been 28 years since this last, or like since the first film?
We did. No. We did the math on my stream on Monday, and it actually has.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, nice. Then yeah, I'm even more excited for it. I love horror movies.
I think it's appropriate. It's like okay, it's been 28 years, so let's do it. Let's.
Your comment was super based because you're right. 28 weeks is not very long, and I am fairly certain I made a similar comment when I first saw that particular film. So hearing that it's going to be 28 years later, and it's actually 28 years later, tip of the hat to you there, buddy, because that's pretty clever. And you guys actually stuck with it, because I had figured they had already just dropped it and they weren't going to pick it back up again. Yeah. So this is massive.
Yeah. In lore, they did the math. They got the numbers right. My roommate and bestie, Cookies, told me that he heard rumors that the sequels it's going by the name Crow's Feet. Now that doesn't mean that's gonna be the name of the film, because you know how certain movies are given, like for example, Star Wars was not called Star Wars when it went to press. It was under the while it was being produced, it was under the name Blue Harvest. So apparently the sequel to 28 Years Later is right now under the code name Crow's Feet. Now, will that be part of the title when it actually comes out? Who knows? But that is an interesting bit of lore. What about How to Train Your Dragon, Elo, and Elo? Before we get to these other two, let's talk about these two. Does anyone give a fuck about either? Because I've never seen a How to Train Your Dragon film.
All right.
So I don't give a fuck about the live action because I've never even seen the original.
Wait, that's live action
on this.
The How to Train Your Dragon is a live action remake of the first movie
with Black Vikings now.
Well, they're racist in this one.
Yes,
it's a live action Disney remake, so it's going to suck balls because they all in fact suck balls.
Well, this is DreamWorks, but yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I already told Leon that he in his remake he'd be black. You're a redhead. I'm sorry.
To make my dick bigger.
I can't argue that one. Keep dreaming. Go on.
So
I mean, you know what? We'll talk later.
I think that Elo is I support it fully because it is a new IP. Like, this is the only thing on this line that is a new IP, and I hope that it does great and that it's actually a great film. I can't say anything.
Is this the film that Disney cut the trans story arc from?
No,
that's a TV series.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is a completely new IP that does not, as far as everything I've seen, does not seem to have any kind of woke agenda or weird leftist ideology put into it.
So there's marketing for this already then, because I've not seen anything for this.
Yeah, I think there's a teaser out.
Okay.
But again, it's a new IP, and I really want to support whenever we have studios that are bringing out new IPs, because stop rehashing everything that you've already fucking done.
Right.
Not only that, but again, the woke agenda stuff you speak to, that's why I was so impressed with Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 was a legitimately good family film. Like, I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
Anyone got thoughts on How to Train anyone else, by the way, Leo or How to Train Your Dragon before we move on to the other two?
I've never even heard of a Leo.
I haven't either. I didn't know there was marketing for it.
Yeah.
Hayden's like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to watch the trailer tomorrow.
I mean, I think
What happened to their marketing teams?
Yeah.
Well, they're not marketing their new IPs because they're trying to push an agenda with the old IPs that they're trying to rehash and insert an agenda into. So the new stuff, they're
Toy
just
Story 5,
your
your first trans toy. Like,
oh Christ. I'm not joking for this.
God, Toy Story should have ended with 3. Sorry. Anyway, go on.
I think they had Train Dragon films for kids. It's a nice tight trilogy, and making a live action version, what's the point except adding Black Vikings? Why not?
Yeah, those Black Vikings were really a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, they'd faint watching like any of the first episodes of Vinland Saga. Holy crap!
Yeah.
God, Vinland Saga is.
Vinland Saga.
Oof, that's a good one.
Oh, I know. I hate how it like starts to peter out towards the end, but it's very good.
Oh.
What the fuck is Ballerina?
All right, so I'm glad you brought it up. Ballerina, I am actually excited for, but before we get into Ballerina,
Yeah, you would be.
I have to ask if you guys are aware, if we're getting to Ballerina. Did you know many of the blonde and red-headed Vikings were black-skinned Africans who conquered and ruled Scandinavia? They resembled the blonde and red-headed black aboriginals of Melanesia, and red and blonde hair is also found among some unmixed Africans. I mean, they remain kinky red-headed people living in Ireland and Scotland.
If it's on Twitter,
sounds kind of like a fag.
It must be true. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thoughts. Like, if that's the case, then maybe How to Train Your Dragon is actually historically accurate.
Oh God,
no! So
I fucking hate
Ballerina.
people.
For the
I
world of John
know.
Wick, Ballerina is a spin-off of John Wick, starring Ana de Armas, or however you say her name, as basically another
girl boss
continental assassin in the John Wick universe. I'll be real. I'm all in. I'm very excited for Ballerina. I think Ballerina could be awesome.
The one thing I liked about the trailer, Leon, I told people that the fact that in 2025, they said to her, hey, listen, okay, you will never be as strong as a man. Holy shit. Someone said that nowadays? Wow. Really? Okay.
It's still girl bossing, and it's tiresome. And it would have been more fascinating had this not come out now. Like, had they waited a couple of years after like all the Kamala crap and all these weird women shaving their heads, had it passed and we got it then, it would be more fascinating and interesting. And I would say, yeah, I'm all for it. But you have this chick saying, oh, I could be as good as John Wick. The fuck you can. There was everybody's scared of him.
I don't, to be fair, the marketing hasn't really portrayed that. Also, Hypnotic says, whenever something online starts with "did you know," it's a lie. Always. He's 100% correct. I'm gonna be real. Hypno kind of hit the fucking nail on the head here. No, if Chad Stahelski, the guy that did the John Wick films, is still at the head of this, that's gonna be like, because I'm excited for this, but also I don't know who's involved. I'm just assuming it's still Chad. If it is him, I'm all in. If it's not, if they've handed this over to someone else, I will get worried. But he's
producing it though. He is a producer.
You can have the same director, the same actor, but if it's the wrong company, you'll have the Joker too.
Yeah,
is all I'm saying.
But look, Chad Stahelski went on Joe Rogan and talked about how awesome Critical Drinker was, and then he started working on an anime with Kenichiro Watanabe, the guy that made Cowboy Bebop. I think we're in good hands.
I mean, so far by the trailer, it does seem like, but her takedowns hurt, because everyone's seen John Wick 3, Halle Berry. Halle Berry fit very well into the John Wick.
Halle Berry was great in John Wick 3.
So far,
she had 2 dogs to help sell that and a gun. So I mean, and John Wick.
Equalizer.
Exactly. But John Wick is in Ballerina though, and she is looking up to John
for
Wick
5 minutes.
Yeah. So I would go with Leon. So her takedowns don't seem like she's girl bossing it. So part by the trailer. I want to believe that fact that, like I said, Chad and Keanu's also producing this as well. They're not tolerating that woke
Really,
bullshit.
Keanu's producing this?
To my knowledge, yes. I'll look it up.
Oh, okay. Well, that will change my mind then.
I mean,
because you can have the coolest fucking trailers. They do it all the time, but the best parts of the movie are the trailers.
That is true, but UK Gamer says Keanu is in it. It's not a female Wick. It's the story of one of the dancers / hit person that we see in John Wick 3 during the walk through the theater. Interesting.
Oh,
I was unaware of that. Again, I've been excited for Ballerina since the announcement just because I do want the... So I loved The Continental. I thought The Continental was a fucking great show. I know a lot of people hate it. I want to see the John Wick world explored further. And if we can get more John Wick world building as opposed to the character of John Wick, I'm all in. Karate Kid Legends, since we were talking about Jackie Chan earlier, fuck this movie. That's my thoughts. Fuck this movie. And I'll explain why, but I'll give you guys, but you guys say your thoughts first. Anyone got thoughts on Karate Kid Legends?
Okay, well, my first thought is out the gate, why fuck this movie?
I will explain a bit, but I want to give you guys your moments because well, I have a very specific reason why fuck this movie, but I want to hear you guys'
thoughts. I'm sure first. It'll be really, really well justified. Okay,
I think so too.
Well, I don't know. I haven't kept up with the last couple seasons of Cobra Kai.
I like the last season.
Guess I don't know. I stopped off at like season 4. I really enjoy that show. I fucking love it. But bringing in Jackie Chan, it could be seen as like needless fan service. Like what are we doing? But
yeah.
They should have gotten a rando.
To be fair, in the lore, because I watched the trailer. The trailer played before Sonic 3, and like I like what they're doing with Jackie Chan's character. He was friends with Mr. Miyagi, and that's why he seeks out Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
I like that.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously Jackie can't be the action superstar that he used to be, but if he just gives a good performance and has like one good, really like spiritually satisfying karate scene, and then I'd say that's a justifiable way of putting him in there. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with it, but I'm sure Leon's take will not be super hot.
No, actually, I think my take is actually very fair. But before I give my take, Hayden and Blue Collar Luke, because Blue Collar, I know you got to leave soon, so we'll give you first. What do you think of Karate Kid Legends? Yes or no? Especially as a child of the 80s.
Yeah, no, Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, member berries. I'm gonna go see it. Will it be good?
Okay.
Probably not. But again, Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, that's all I need.
And then Hayden, what do you think? Karate Kid Legends?
I just don't care. Like I at this point, like we've got Cobra Kai. That was a follow-up to Karate Kid, and we're all gonna ignore the fact that the third movie exists.
Yeah, everyone brings up the third movie.
Yeah,
justifiably.
And we're just gonna ignore that and move on and make another movie. And I'm not that interested.
Well, Cobra Kai doesn't ignore Karate Kid 3. Like Terry Silver shows up.
Here's why I have an issue with it, Dax. And
okay,
it's because the main kid is Asian.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if you do black now, you're just going to get in trouble.
No. So the whole point of the Karate Kid films, even the third one, is that it was a kid who was not Asian. Honestly, even the fourth one, the reboot with Will Smith's faggot ass kid. It was about children from another culture learning to adopt and adapt to a sort of Asian dedication lifestyle. So when you have your main kid,
they introduced.
I don't know if you know.
They introduced Asian bullying.
That's true. They did. Go for it, Dax. What were you saying?
I don't know if you know this, Leon, but not all Asian people know Kung Fu. You can make a compelling story about an Asian person learning Kung Fu.
Or not.
How dare you, Dax? I'm Asian. What the fuck?
Oh,
I know Kung Fu.
You popped out the room. You popped out the womb doing flip kicks.
You're damn right. I'm going to send my mother sprawling across the room to let her know I'm here.
The Karate Kid films were always about basically taking on another culture and learning not only to adapt to it, but to embrace it as part of your new identity. So when you already have an Asian kid as your lead, I'm like, okay, that sort of defeats the purpose of what everything else in the Karate Kid franchise has been about up to this point.
I get where you're going with that, but I think
Leon,
what
that feels
it's
like a
more
fucking
about,
reach. That feels like a big fucking reach.
I think it's more about adaptation than it is like accepting another culture or anything like that. Like it's about adapting to a situation, learning to stand up for yourself. And I think that that's where things got like kind of lost in some of the later movies that came out.
Yeah, it's a group of Asian kids picking on another kid, and you're going to expect me they can defend themselves.
Should have made it a Scottish fighter finish the movie with a flying head on.
Yes. That's how you fucking do it. Oh my god, Spence.
Oh, that's pretty fucking
So,
funny.
Liam, what if the main character was white then? Would it be okay to watch it?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Main character could be white, could be Asian, could be or not white. Sorry, not
Wait
Asian.
a minute.
Not Asian.
They can't make him black.
Main character could be Mexican. Main character could be black. Basically, make the main character anything other than Asian, and I would be interested. The fact
Oh
the main
yes,
character
please
is Asian
make him
is
Mexican for gang violence.
Lucha.
Oh my gosh.
The karate,
Change the entire genre.
Maybe with karate hombre.
But the only problem with that is that if he tries to go at them with karate, he will just get shot.
Ouch.
To be fair, if they're Mexican, it's more likely he'd be shanked than shot. But
fair.
All right, we got this row here. We got Brad Pitt in Phi, Megan 2.0, Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
So Brad Pitt the movie.
Hold on. We gotta keep the shit on the rail. So we started bottom up in the last time because I didn't keep it. So we'll start top down this time. Megan 2.0 and Superman, I'm down for. I've never even heard of Phi or Fee or whatever it is. I love the first Megan film. It's so dumb, but I fucking love it. It's a modern day Chucky.
It's brilliant.
Superman, I'm a big Superman fan. It is what it is. The only good Jurassic Park movie is the very first one. 3 is so bad it's good, but it's so bad. I love it. Bad's good. I don't need a fucking reboot. I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I've never heard of this fucking Brad Pitt film, and I'm not particularly a Brad Pitt fan. There's my thoughts. Blue Collar.
I don't care what you did last summer.
I mean, Jurassic World has Scarlett Johansson. That's all I know about the film.
I didn't even know that. So,
yeah. What's the point of this? Why? What are we doing? Just go on.
Are there any of these others that you find interesting?
I Know What You Did Last Summer. What's the marketing for I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Is Tits McGee coming back?
Is that
what's her name?
She dropped out, so I feel like she'll probably be back. It may be
no. I meant the girl that played in the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yes, no. Cinevere will probably be back.
Yeah, everyone knows Superman's going to be it's going to be the maker. That's July 11. That's the make or break the summer blockbuster.
Tits McGee.
I can't remember her name.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jennifer Love Huge Tits.
Yeah, Jennifer Love Huge Tits. Thank you.
She did not have huge tits. Are you kidding?
What the?
Yeah, true.
No. She's back.
All right, Google.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about huge tits, send me pictures of yourself later. We'll go from there.
Jennifer Love Hewitt cup size. Hold on. God damn it. My Google history. So.
If you can't use them as flotation devices, they're not big enough.
She's a 36C. Anyway.
Okay, that is literally the perfect breast size. 36C is the perfect breast size.
That's not.
Damn it! I can't argue that. That's actually a decent size.
Good size, but not huge tits. Like you wouldn't call that.
No, they're not huge. They're just that. Like that is that literal happy medium of like a little bit of everything.
But she's also 115 pounds too, so she's small.
Yo, 36C. Here's the dealio. My ex-wife had 36C and her tits were like big and she was like 124 pounds. So 100 like what did you say, 16 or whatever?
Oh, she's about 120. They said 120 pounds is her max, but
yeah. Hayden, what about you? Any of these films just strike your fancy?
One thing that I'm curious about is, as we all know how Brad Pitt does, where he likes to redo movies that have been done within just a couple of recent years.
Christ, yeah.
Is that FI or is that F1 and he's doing a Formula One movie?
That's a really good question, actually. You might be onto something. I haven't heard of this until looking at this grid.
I feel like they should have at least dropped a teaser or some. Again, where is their promotion team? What the hell?
Well, I mean, with the way that things are going in modern day, they might be like banking on not doing a ton of promotion and just hoping that people just,
Oh, it is F1. Hold on. I'm looking up right now. It is F1. It is in fact follows a Formula One driver who comes out of retirement to mentor and team a younger driver. It's F1, not FI or Fi.
Oh, good catch.
Good call, Hayden.
Yeah, that's that. Just with the style of that logo, I thought it looked like F1 stuff. But
it's Formula One film. It's filmed on actual Formula One race weekends. Huh.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
We recently saw Gran Turismo come out, which follows
which was good, by the way. Gran Turismo was good.
There has been a film a couple of years ago called F1. So I just, pattern recognition. I was like, wait, is that another? Are we looking at Formula One as a film? And turns out that's what it is. I didn't watch Megan. I didn't.
Oh, dude, you should. Megan's a lot of fun. You like. It's not particularly good, but it's not bad either. It's very much a get with your friends on a spooky night or whatever. Have some drinks, pop some popcorn, and watch it.
Okay.
It is the modern day Child's Play. Like, I liked Megan for what it was, and if you just give us more of that with Megan 2.0, I'm all in. I really am.
All right. Then I might check out the first one, but so since I haven't seen the first one, I don't care about the second one. Jurassic World, I stopped caring. Like, I actually like 2. I think 2 is a fun movie. Superman, I am
two to be fair, because I love the books. I read the books. 2 is so radically different from the books that I have problems as a fan of the but as a film on its own, if I try to separate, I don't actually hate The Lost World. In fact, it's some of Vince Vaughn's best acting. I really think so.
Listen, I think 2 is a really fun movie. And it's a movie.
Can we at least agree that it shouldn't have done the last 10 to 15 minutes where it goes to fucking New York or whatever? That's stupid.
That was stupid.
Although I do like the T-Rex eating the fucking dog. That's kind of funny. But yes, in general, it's just
that's the worst part.
I completely agree. Like, they could have done something great with bringing a dinosaur to the continental United States, and then they did this weird, goofy shit of it, eating the dog, drinking from the pool, and I don't care about that. But the rest of the movie, outside of that, I thought was a fun movie. Like,
I can't argue that. That's fair. It is. Jurassic Park 2. It's not so bad. It's good like 3, and it's not a legitimate masterpiece like the first one, but it is a fun movie. I agree.
Yeah, and then so Superman, I'm vaguely interested. And I know what you did last summer. I do not care at all.
I couldn't. Dax, what about you? What do you think of these ones on Road 2?
I have absolutely no opinion on anything other than Superman, so I guess I'll just talk Superman.
Right.
Gooch is major blackpilled on this movie. I'd say I'm
yes, he is.
Like, I don't think there's a single thing about the promotional material that he's enjoyed, and I'm saying
I love Goose to death. Thank you for the 5 memberships, but also fuck you. You are so black-pilled, motherfucker.
Well, I understand why, because James Gunn is not the guy you hire to write a really hopeful Superman movie, but I do think he is trying to do that.
I think he's trying. I do understand he's trying. It's just a question of will he pull it off.
And like, I don't know. Like, this movie has so many expectations to live up to, and obviously those expectations have been set because of like the cultural zeitgeist around everything. And I hope it lives up to that because fuck, man, we need some positivity. We need some Superman up in here. And from what I've seen, I think we're gonna get a decent James Gunn movie with Superman in it. That's
Some dumb goy. I actually never watched Peacemaker because I'm a WWE fan and I'm a supreme John Cena hater. So
really,
maybe Peacemaker is actually good, but because of my fucking hate boner for John Cena as a wrestling fan, I never watched this. It has nothing to do with DC or adaptations or anything. I just hate John Cena as a fucking wrestler.
No,
so
Peacemaker's part of the Authority, though, right?
Yeah, he is part of the Authority. Yes.
Well, Peacemaker was a pretty decent show. I've watched it twice. Some things definitely are weaker on the second viewing, but it's got a strong emotional core, and Peacemaker as a character is very compelling, and John Cena does a great job in the show. So I think he'll get a good performance out of the main Soups dude. No idea who he is, but
real quick, some dumb goy says, I am the same for The Rock. Here's what I have to say about that.
Shut up, bitch.
No,
back when he was good.
I'm actually joking. I am also a Rock hater, sort of. The Rock's recent comeback with the Bloodline and him going full heel has been interesting. But in terms of classic wrestling, I'm right there with you. I'm not a fan of The Rock. I couldn't agree more.
Jesus.
And then BCL
BCL
Peacemaker is awesome. He has a pet eagle. You weeb. Okay, well maybe I got more in common with John Cena than I thought. I will never capitulate the CCP.
He hugs an eagle. His eagle's called Eagle.
Hayden comes in with 10 Words of Paradise gifties. My man, you didn't need to do that. You're on the panel, but both of you and Blue Collars are both. Thank you so much. So we're gonna headbang, then play a clip, and then we'll go on with the rest of these. So for those of you on camera,
oh God,
you know what the fuck to do.
Just so you guys know, I'm bouncing my boob.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Thank both of you so much. And then
Leon, hey, I'll stay in chat, but I gotta head out. But thanks.
All right, but before I play the clip, then let's give you your out real quick. Give me one moment here. Yeah. Tell the people who you are, what you do, how to subscribe to you. Your links are, of course, in the description. But man,
on my channel, I just uploaded.
I'm so happy to have you back.
I uploaded a Superman video, guys. It's on HBO Max right now. I was late for my review. Check out Superman with Christopher Reeve. If you don't cry at least once, you're not human.
The fucking trailer made me cry, dude.
I said this with all sincerity. I cried about 5 times in the fucking theater. If you ever like Superman or Christopher Reeve, watch this documentary. It's a fucking masterpiece. So, but yeah. And Leon, once I beat Silent Hill 2, I'll start streaming the new Sonic Shadow Generations again.
Fuck yes, hit me up, dude. I can't wait to see you stream through it. Also, it was so good to have you on. I've legitimately missed you. I know you've been busy, you've been working.
I'm definitely not going to driving a bus. So,
man, you get out of here. You go work your day job. You be an adult. Thank you so much for coming back. I've missed you, brother. It's been too long.
Yeah, but no, Hayden, awesome. Nice meeting you in Cineverse, and I'll be in chat. So, and Dax, fuck off.
Nice meeting you.
What? What did I do?
All right.
You like connecting.
Blue collar loser. You have a good night, brother.
That was amazing. And then because of the 2-banger, and of course Hayden dropping the 10, we're gonna give the Zax clip. For those who don't know who Zax is, you're about to find out.
That's such a weird thing.
I love it.
Blame Foxy Moxie, dude. Blame Foxy Moxie.
Okay.
Anything else?
All right.
Anything else on row 2 before we continue to the final? Looks like final 2 rows. No.
Wait.
Go for it, Dex.
The Superman last word. Don't kill Crypto, or the movie's gonna bomb.
Oh my gosh.
If they kill Crypto, that will destroy the DCU. People do not like seeing it. Like, I remember when I saw I Am Legend in theaters, and when he had to choke out his pupper, I was like, oh no.
Oh.
Well, so one of the biggest things is that, like, so what I've seen online is that the favorite moment from that trailer for women specifically is Crypto showing up, and Crypto doesn't do shit besides grab Superman's cape. They don't care about anything else that's going on. Women love the fact that Crypto is in the movie. They don't care that he's been race swapped and he's now a terrier.
I would argue, actually, I have an argument to that one because I was not impressed.
Before you go into that, Cinevere, Hayden, were you watching? It was either Gooch's stream or Badger's stream when I made my argument for why Crypto was a good call. Were you watching? Do you know my argument?
No.
So my argument was that normies who are more or less played out on superhero films, but also know how the internet works. The internet's been for two things since about 2005: cute pets and racism. And then you've got your hardcore comic book fans from like the 70s and whatnot when Crypto was a big player. So you're actually hitting two hardcore target demographics at once with this trailer. You're getting the internet junkies who love pets, and you're getting the comic book junkies who love Crypto. I think the inclusion is fucking brilliant marketing. I don't know how I agree with it for the film. I'm still on the fence about it, but marketing wise, I can't deny it's brilliant.
So I agree. It's brilliant, but I think it's very stupid to have Crypto running to Superman rather than
I agree. I completely agree with that. Crypto can fucking fly. Crypto can fly. We all know this. Like, what the fuck?
I said something in a super chat on somebody's stream earlier. I don't remember whose it was, but I was like, Crypto can fly, and they were like, he is flying. I was like, no. He's not. He wouldn't have been blowing up snow. He's running through the mountains for miles, and we get to watch him do it, which, yeah, that's cool. But like, he can fly. Why wouldn't he just fly?
We've seen dogs run before. We want to see them fly now.
Yeah,
we've
fly
seen
now?
Spot run.
Yeah, supposedly. Okay, I guess not.
They fly now.
All right, so here we are. All right, Dax, did you give your thoughts on Superman before we go?
I gave all my thoughts on Superman. I got nothing left. We're good.
No, you ignored mine, you little bitch.
Oh yeah. We got new blood in here, and you're fucking trampling over her, man.
I know, right? I'm like chomping at the bit to bitch about this dog. Like, I love Crypto.
No. Bitch about the dog, Sevy. Go for it.
No, I love Crypto, man. He's so cool, but he doesn't look like that. Make him at least a cool looking dog.
Yes, he's supposed to be a lab. You race swapped him.
James Gunn just did it because that's the breed of dog that he has, and he's,
Yeah, he recently adopted a terrier, but I want to ask you guys, starting with Leon, and then we'll go down. We'll skip over me. Would you rather that Crypto be this terrier or that he be a black lab?
I would have so been.
That's a loaded question.
Hold on, guys. Before I answer, real quick, BCL came in with another 2-banger. I legit think Nobody is a great film. It's so fun. I agree. Nobody is John Wick for the everyman, and I think it was a great concept. I really liked it. I don't know that it needed a sequel, but I'm also not upset about a sequel, so we'll see where it goes. But I do agree, and my man, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. We will give you just a relatively short clip here, but one that I think everybody will appreciate. It's a 2-second clip for your $2, and it means the world to me.
Women.
Fucking right. What the hell?
Right? Those females.
Now,
I can't stand women.
I would rather the race swap of the genus of dog, but keep it white, than a black lab, because I mean, fuck them can Negroes.
What
It's like
the
canine and
fuck?
Negroes, but together.
No, I got it.
If they wanted to feel, inclusive, they could have gotten a pit bull.
Yeah,
Actually,
we need more
to be fair,
pitbull
I wouldn't be upset
representation.
about that. No, pit bulls are overhated, and you know what's fair. Dax, what do you think about the genus swap?
Oh, for the dog?
Yeah,
I think
Would you
it's.
rather
I
be
think.
a
Superman.
terrier
Yes,
or
for
a
the
black
fucking
lab?
dog.
Well, sorry. Yeah, I don't. It's stupid that they didn't make it like he looks in the comics. Like it was so easy. They could have done it. If you're gonna put
That's not the question, Dax.
What?
Would you rather him be a white terrier or a
I don't
black
give a
lab?
fuck. Let's go on.
He is an ottsel. He is an otter and a weasel together. He doesn't care about the fucking.
Fine, the white one. You want to know, Hayden? It's the white one I want. That's what I want. I want whiteness
Damn,
everywhere.
fucking racist.
I have
What
a
the
little
hell?
hood on my head.
Mikey do say,
It's a pillowcase.
in case you're still here, it's been long enough because we still have some films to go over. So this is for Mikey to say, we got a little bit of Dax feet in this. He's showing off. He's posing. He's all cool. He's in his jeans, and there's some feet.
Such a cutie. Look at those feet.
But then we got some break dancing. We don't even need his face. Look at the break dancing. We see some Daxter feet here, mid dance move going all MC Hammer, all Vanilla Ice. You love to fucking
Damn, Dax just
see it.
spread for everyone.
Yeah, that's what they call ottsel spreading.
That's a
Mikey, I just want to say, fuck you, man. Once more. Big time. Big time. Love you, bro.
Wow, nothing like two men flirting on camera.
These next two lines are fun.
We're in the final two rows. We'll just do these together because I don't know that anyone's excited for any of these. Smurfs, Fantastic Four, Naked Guns, The Bad Guys 2, Nobody 2. Okay, people might be excited for that. Avatar? Like, wait. This is the film that's going to actually be about the Fire Nation. Okay, maybe there's something there. A remake of The Running Man, a new Tron film, Saw 11. I didn't even realize they were up to that fucking many. And Conjuring Last Rites. Or there
Did anyone even
any
care
of
about the
these
last Tron?
anyone gives a fuck about?
The only one to care about at all is, I'll say two. Naked Gun, because they're going to fuck it up, and we're going to be very mad about it. And then The Conjuring. And I don't
It's a remake,
know why anybody
UK.
gives a shit about Avatar anymore anyway.
So here's the interesting thing about the Avatar. If the reports were correct, it is the original creators coming back to tell an animated film story in the vein of what they had on Nickelodeon back in the day about the Fire Nation.
No, that's Avatar. You're confusing it with Avatar, the Nickelodeon.
Oh wait, is this the fucking?
This is the fucking
This is the James
blue
Cameron
people. Yeah, this is the James Cameron.
Oh, okay. Well, just so everybody knows, there is an Avatar film coming out based on the American wannabe anime that is about the history of the Fire Nation.
No,
that's what I thought this was.
Fire and Ash.
That's
they have gone
Netflix.
They went from forest to water, and now they're going to fire. This is James Cameron. Nobody cares about this movie anymore.
I misunderstood the assignment severely.
Even he wants to torch it.
Yeah, it's like I said, nobody cares, but it'll make $1 billion.
Yeah, somehow, whatever fucking deal he signed with Satan will make sure this movie does well.
Somehow, James Cameron returned. I didn't realize this whole time I had this up. I thought it was the Airbender. I should have known from the fucking
It would be
logo.
better if it was the shitty version of the Nickelodeon fucking cartoon that they were remaking. And
Right, I'd be more excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Dude, okay, but to be fair, whose idea was it to remake / reboot the Naked Gun? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
How much you want to bet Ryan Reynolds is it? And I don't dislike Ryan Reynolds, but like,
I love
He's also
Ryan.
sort of the closest we have to a modern day Leslie Nielsen. Whose idea was this?
Nobody's close enough. They can't even remake him in an AI. He's too good.
Leslie Nielsen was one of the most
is-
legendary comedic actors that has ever lived. Everything he
Right.
did was fucking gold,
Yeah.
and this is retarded. You
I'd
can't
argue
you
that.
can't-
I've seen Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, like you can't
what we're
be
dealing with
Leslie
now.
Nielsen if you're not Leslie Nielsen.
Right.
Yeah. No, agreed. And the thing that we're dealing with now is we're dealing with the Hollywood. We have nothing in our back pocket that we can create, so we're going to redo everything.
Well, this has to be a case of the studios have the rights and they have to make a movie or else they'll lose it. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know. I think I heard it was either Kirsha. I think it was Kirsha it might have been Savvy that basically said that they're wanting to do all these remakes because all these people don't remember the old classics, so they're trying to cash in on that.
So,
real quick,
it's
hey,
not that they.
before you get into that, Blue Collar Loser does actually say something interesting. Liam Neeson could work, but we'll see. Liam Neeson's still no Leslie Nielsen, but I like your train of thought here. Sorry, continue, Hayden.
Well, so what they're doing, and I think you may be referring to Kirsha. What they're doing is they're trying to remake everything so that you don't remember the past, and as soon as you look into something, you get the modern day slop that they're serving up to us on a well, it's not a silver platter, but it's a platter.
Copper platter?
They're giving it
a fool's gold
platter.
Yeah.
Fool's gold platter. That's what Hollywood fucking is a fool's gold fucking platter.
Yeah, it's because they don't want you to remember what the classics are and what the good things are. They want you to look into those things and find what it is that they have recently created. The trash that they're pushing out to everybody. That's all they want you to be able to see.
Yeah,
they're trying to overtake it in search terms.
Interesting question for the panel. We'll start with Hayden. We'll go down. What is going to be the bigger flop, Captain? Now, in terms of budget compared to butts and seats, because obviously, if you just look at numbers, obviously the answer is Captain America 2. But I mean, when you adjust for the ratio, Fantastic Four or Captain America: New World Order, what's the bigger flop?
Oh goodness.
I would say Fantastic Four because nobody gives a shit about Fantastic Four anymore.
As somebody who top 5 favorite Marvel characters is in fact the Human Torch, I hate to say it, but I agree with you. Dax, what about you?
Okay, well, in regards to Fantastic Four, they have a golden opportunity here because this is some love.
Go on.
What did you say?
Had, not have, but had. Go on.
Oh, I fucked that up. Well, listen, like, the only Fantastic Four movie that we had was the one that never got released by Roger Corman. Like, that was the one that actually gave a shit about those characters.
Which have you watched, by the way? Because you can watch it on YouTube, and it's honestly the best Fantastic Four film.
I haven't, but I've seen lots of reviews of it, and I really enjoy like that old school cheesy tone. And if they try to recapture that and they do it well, it'll be great. But it's not going to because it's Marvel, and they turn everything they touch to shit. So why would they give a fuck about Cap about
but
don't
Mr.
you want to see
Fantastic
Pedro
being fantastic?
Pascal?
Oh fuck him! No.
Pedro Pascal can suck my furry dick. Like that.
Thank
dude,
you.
That dude is a punk bitch, and I'm glad he got his fucking head exploded on Game of Thrones. That is all.
You're my
Fuck
new best friend,
Fantastic Four.
Dad.
Based.
What about you, 7-year? What's going to be the bigger flop? Fantastic Four or Captain America?
Oh, Fantastic Four didn't even stand a chance. They haven't even, I know Dax kind of touched on this, but they haven't made a good Fantastic Four movie ever. So, and yeah, I'm looking at the older ones, and it's like not the 70s and 80s kind of campy stuff, but I mean like the newer gen. I'm not impressed. Nobody's been impressed. It's like it's either Sue is going to be too weak and too
No, she's gonna be the main character. They've already announced she is
oh god, another fucking woman. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Another one to set us back. No,
Cindy, we're gonna
Fantastic
have
Four.
to get you on the show more. I love you.
People
You are so
recognize
fucking
the
amazing.
name. People recognize the name Captain America. They're
Yes.
not gonna recognize Fantastic Four.
Especially after Chris Evans.
only
You're
that,
exactly
but
right.
Harrison Ford is still somewhat of a box office draw. At least
He's in it?
That's my thought. Harrison Ford plays Red Hulk. Grungehead saying, what do you guys think about Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom? I have the unpopular opinion that as long as they keep his face covered the whole film,
they won't.
or if he removes the mask, have him heavily done with makeup.
They're gonna
actually
do,
could work.
They're gonna do some dumb shit where they bring everybody back as Doctor Doom.
Okay, please don't say that.
I agree. I
don't
agree
give him
with
ideas.
you. I'm trying to best case scenario. If they fuck up his face heavily with makeup and for the majority of the time keep the mask on, it could work. Is that what they'll do? Almost assuredly not. However, there's a universe out there where hypothetically this would work.
We unfortunately live in the universe that they're going to cast us with the multiverse of Doctor Doom. That's going to be everybody became Doctor Doom. We're gonna see Chris Evans. We're gonna see Robert Downey Jr. We're gonna see everybody is going to be Doctor Doom.
Please, I wanted hope. You just murdered it.
No.
At least you got Superman to look forward to.
I don't. I'm not impressed.
my biggest question, actually, among all these, is the Running Man and Tron Ares. Like, who wanted the first Tron film is a classic. Everybody and their goddamn mother hates the sequel, and then the Running Man is an Arnold Schwarzenegger classic that, like, we saw them try and remake Total Recall and it flopped. Whose idea was to remake the Tron Ares and the Running Man are the biggest question marks for me because what the
fact that the Total Recall remake did not have the tri-tits is a crime against humanity.
I agree. I said the same thing.
Yeah, you can't fucking make it without that.
Yeah, that was like pivotal to the story.
Yeah, and when she gets gunned down in the back, you're like, no,
not the extra titty.
Not the extra titty.
Sorry.
They're gonna fuck these up. Like
they are.
I don't like. I have no thoughts about these whatsoever because there's no chance in hell that I'm gonna waste my time to go see them.
Well, the Bad Guys 2 is coming out, and as a furry, I approve of this. That is all.
Is it a furry movie? Or is it just gay?
We're gonna do our sign-offs. Cinevere, you are locked in as the very first guest of the Countercast reboot. Because for those of you still watching, I've been talking about it for a while. There's going to be a change in how Countercast is done starting in 2024. And Cinevere here is actually our first guest. Her popping in tonight was a bit of a random chant sort of thing. But when it comes to the official rebrand, reboot, whatever you want to call it, and she's at her PC and has her full-on avatar going with some jiggly titties and whatnot, it's going to be a good time. But thank you so much for coming on tonight on such short notice. It was a blast. Tell the people who you are, what you do, where they can find you. Did I say 2024? Thank you, Hypnotic, who says you mean 2025, you noob. Yeah, if I said 2024, I meant 2025. Yes, Countercast is going through a rebrand. Yeah, everyone called me out. Sorry, 2025.
Leon.
Either way.
No, let him limp along. I'm enjoying this.
Cinevere will be our first guest on January 6th, but she jumped in tonight, and it's super fucking awesome. This is sort of the whistle. Tell the people who you are, what you do, where they can find you, the whole nine.
Well, hello, lovelies. I just started joining YouTube. I am doing horror gameplays. I'm not going to do it well because I like to get lost and kind of confused and just wander and see where everything is. Um, so I'm so excited that Leon invited me on today. I did not expect such a warm welcome. So thank you guys. I look forward to being around y'all some more in the future and call one of you guys at least once a day a fag or more. So, I look forward to it.
Wonderful. So great having you.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure meeting you guys. This has been astounding. Like, I was not prepared to meet like so many people that are like, yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's all good. And actually mean it.
You're very new to YouTube. Guys, Cinevere is very new to YouTube. She's still sitting in double digits. We need to pump those numbers up. So go find her channel after this, sub to her, make sure you watch her. But also, you've never done live streams. You make videos, but is this your first live stream?
Yes, it is. And I told you this before, but you are my first Twitter friend as well. So come on, guys. I'd love to hear from you. I always love hearing feedback. If you're going to try and roast me, don't worry. I bite back.
Oh,
yeah. We met each other by sort of arguing about War of the Rohirrim, and then we came to the conclusion that this film is not fucking worth arguing about because we both know it's retarded. And since then, there's been this magnanimous friendship that has blossomed. So thank you so much.
We both agree you're retarded, and that's what gets us close.
There's that too. Dax, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hey everybody, it's your resident mod Otzel here. It's been a great show.
Speaking of, real quick, Dax, sorry. Some dumb goy says didn't even offer to put her link in. I'm pulling links right now. Dax normally does that, but he's on the panel right now. So.
No,
I'm new, bro. Give me a break.
I just don't know where Cinevere's channel is. I don't know. But look, guys, we've been through a rough couple of months. Arcane Season 2 came out, and it was fucking awful. It very nearly fucking took me out. I was looking forward to that more than anything, and it just fucking shat on my heart. So for Shadow to come and clean all that shit up was just a wonderful happenstance. And thanks everyone in the chat who's come here tonight, everyone who's donated to get us to goal. It's only because of you guys that Leon flourishes, and everyone who shows up here every week is so much appreciated. Just keep on doing what you do. Have a Merry Christmas and good tidings to all. And I'm gonna go back into my Otzel hole. Peace off.
And Hayden Wayne, the man who honestly, my hair wasn't dyed with my brother because I have literally the same fucking everything. We're both weebs. We've got that long hair. Your facial hair is honestly, admittedly, better than mine. But we're both gingers at heart. Hardcore to the bone. Tell the people who you are, what you do, and where we can find you.
I am Hayden Wayne 75. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube right now. I just got a new computer, so I'm probably gonna do a stream within the next couple of days. Maybe doing some gaming, something light, maybe I'll pull up a couple articles and read some stuff and hang out with chat. But you can see me every Monday on Alec Baldwin's Fingers channel, Off the Hip. And then
which starting in 2025, we'll be rating into going forward because because of the time change of the show, we will overlap for the first hour, but every stream afterwards will be rated into that so that you guys get the watch hours that you so fucking deserve because it's a great show.
No, it's a great show. It's a ton of fun. And then Late and Gay with the GCA every Wednesday on the GCA channel.
And then everyone go to his channel as well because Hayden puts out good videos, usually rocking a VTuber avatar, which looks awesome as shit.
Yeah, I'm a VTuber whenever I'm at work. I'm a flesh tuber whenever I'm at home. So
nice.
Tommy at the end coming in with them fucking 5 Words of Paradise gifties, which means before we go, we got to headbang and play one more clip. So Bingo, bango, bongo. There it is, my man. The plan you didn't need to, but you did, and we will ride this train out with the Badger Gooch clip featuring your boy is Bruce Campbell.
Pleasure doing business with you, Emperor. Oh, Croaky, this is for the broken window.
What broken window?
That's
you can
epic.
never go wrong with Bruce Campbell. Let's show off for Mikey Doucet real quick. One more round.
Oh, do we have to?
Dax feet picks. 5,
such adorable little
4,
feet.
3, 2. We're out.